Hey, folks, getting settled in here. We'll see how easily people migrate from Linda Sabo's quick interview to tonight's show with Annette. So let me just set things up down on my end. There's Vicky, there's Michelle, Anna Lee. How's everyone doing? There's Christian, Warren. Okay, no pricing for her yet. Okay, hey Tammy, how are you? Yeah, I'll contact Linda tomorrow, Warren. And then the invite is out to Annette. Hi Ray, how are you? Lulu, how you doing? Lisa, I hope you folks like the I like hanging out with Linda. She's fun. And she's a brain, so it's always cool hanging around her. Arlene, how you doing? Oh, Piacchiadio? Arlene Piacchiadio, is that right? Oh yeah, Warren, I literally have an entire page of questions just about Speaker of the House, so that's what we're going to jump on first. Giselle, SG, good to see everybody. I'm back in my winter wonderland here. Patiently awaiting the psychic to arrive. Now, was it close? Is it Picadio? Italian. Katie Z, how you doing? It's good to see some new handles too. Hello, hello. Let's see. Maybe if I read it backwards. Hi, Sylvia. How you doing? Hello, East Texas. That's a lot of vowels in there. Moonchild, how you doing? And that's doing her fashionably late thing, which we expected. Hi, GG. By the Sea. Rhonda Rue. Good to see you. Piacquadio. 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 Is it Piacquadio? Linda, how are you? Annalie, wrenching already. Hi, Phyllis. You know, I hope Annette's building up suspense, or she's punching her iPad right now. Let's text her. We're out there. Oh, Deneen, how you doing? It's good to see you again. Yeah. While we're getting settled, yeah, all the thumbs up helps. So my wrenches say. So thanks for that. We've had a good couple of weeks here on the channel with all those replays and the 2023 prediction show. So thanks for that. Hi, Kelly, how you doing? Annette has the invite. I just texted her again. Oh, I got it. Good. And no word yet. All right, give me 1 second. Let me shut the door here. Okay, so the latest from my neck of the woods is we have tonight's show, we believe. Tomorrow, I don't have anything planned as of yet, but there are two things I might have going on. Okay, she says she just texted, she'll be right there. I'm supposed to have an interview with Linda Sabo, another actual show. Did you hear that? Bubba just slammed his head against the door. You meatball. So I think that we're going to do potentially a Linda Sabo show before the end of the week, as well as an interview with Beth Costanzo, and she is a prolific children's book author. She has, I think, 60-something titles. So that's supposed to be happening sooner than later, maybe by the end of this week. Also, Annette and I may do a special in-studio show Friday morning, the same way we did last week, and go live. I'm actually going to run that by her now. We didn't have a phone call this week, so we'll see how she responds to that. So there we go. Hi, Donna. How you doing? Hi, Southwest Florida. Joan, good to see you. Linda, Cheryl, hello, hello. Oh, and Annalie, my gift to you, Annette, is on the way. Yeah, thank you, Annalie. And I think Old Guy's sending stuff too, so I'll hit the P.O. box by the end of the week. But the Meredith's with Bubba right now. Crafty Lady. The 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, Crafty Lady, while you're driving. Oh, and without further ado, folks, our resident psychic is here. Annette's iPad once again. Audio's in.
The drum roll. Corey, what's up?
I gotta change your name again.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix up. It's probably not that big of a deal.
I don't care. There you go.
My last name is iPad.
We're off to a good start here now. We've got 100 plus sitting waiting for you, basically.
Sorry.
How you doing?
I'm being a rock star. I'm just being fashionably late.
Yeah, you're looking good.
Oh, thank you.
You're wearing 2023 well.
Should I keep the hat on?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, for the whole show? We'll see.
Yeah, you're like Slash with that hat on.
Oh, that's right. It is kind of a Slash hat. I knew it looked like it reminded me of somebody. So you missed the party. We had a great time.
Oh, yeah. So New Year's Eve, Annette went to Hammond Castle for a big bash. I got stuck with a good doctor putting a fence up that fell on one of our properties. So that was a lot of fun.
You New Year's Eve as an excuse?
So, well, it fell down. It was between 2 yards, and they've got little kids and stuff. I'm like, it was down to the ground. So we had to do something. So
when you're really rich, you can just call someone.
No kidding. I know.
Can you handle that thing over there for me? Like that.
Ugh, that was a lot of fun. So how was it then?
It was good. That's what you did. You mended a fence.
Did I text that to you? I told you.
Symbolically, that could be a good thing.
Yeah,
I mean, really, if you read that, it's like the new year, I'm gonna be mending fences.
I was probably making up for the previous 364 days.
There you go. Yeah, that's perfect. The party was good. It was kind of like a big house party. I feel like it's gonna actually, I might have been in the paper today. I don't know if you get the Times. You should get the Times. You do local news.
I do.
Wasn't in? You would have seen me.
Oh, your photo you think was in there? I can check.
Yeah, I know it was because I was dancing with Gail. You know Gail.
Which Gail?
I don't want to say names on her. Yeah. Yeah, I bumped right into her. I was the belle of the ball.
But literally? They named you that?
No, I could tell. I decked out.
I don't see it in here yet. Maybe it's not in today's paper.
Oh, you're looking at the paper. Yeah, sometimes there's a delay. Sometimes they take a while before it goes in. So probably, no, actually her stuff goes in on Thursday.
Okay, I'll check for sure.
She does the weekend events.
Yeah.
We'll probably be in tomorrow. But anyway, so it was fun. Ringing in the new year felt good. I got a really nice compliment from the director of the castle.
Look at you.
Yeah, it meant a lot. So I always say it pays to always be nice to people.
Yeah. Is that your New Year's resolution?
I mean, no, it's not a resolution. It's just like there are so many times that I'm just glad that I go the extra, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
Right?
Rule of thumb.
Then when you need your back scratched, you don't have to go looking too far.
Yeah, or your front scratched.
No, we won't. Like a dog.
Yeah.
But cool. It was like a big house party because it's the first year that they've done this. Mm-hmm. Neil Young wasn't there. There are things promised that weren't there.
We knew that wasn't going to happen.
There are other things promised that weren't there too. But you just roll with it. But it was a great place to be. I mean, I can show you some pictures.
Okay.
I did send you one, but it's just for the viewers.
You did? I did get one.
Didn't I?
Yeah. I have one. Yeah, I've got that.
Right. You know, it was a retro theme. So, and there's me. I sent a video to my best friend in Nashville.
Yeah, you're definitely in your slash phase right now, Annette.
Until you said it. Yeah, there we are. I'm showing my friend around the castle.
Yeah.
Right. And I wanted to show people, it's kind of hard. It's hard to see it like this, but so that was me on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I made a video that didn't come out because you know how like John Hammond messes with electronics. So it was fun. I was glad that I did something. And there's an ominous. I don't know what that is. It's like a falcon or something.
It might be or I don't know. It's not a griffin.
It might be a griffin, and then there's a little bit of the castle. It's just a cool place to hang out.
Yeah. Were you vibing that night or what?
Was I what?
You must have been vibing hard that night. I'm
always vibing when I'm there. It's really, you know, I told you in that room where the pool was, that was in that little video I just showed you. The walls are like old gravestones. Hammond was out there.
Yeah, it was pretty cool stuff. So,
but it's doing great. And I told Linda that I have been talking about the castle a lot.
Oh yeah.
So we'll get our fans. I still want to do meet and greet on the lawn in the summer.
It can happen.
We'll see.
So speaking of which, Annette, I wanted to have a phone call with you earlier in the week because we can do another one of those little in studio programs before the week's over if you have time.
You mean a show?
Yeah, it's still we're still going to be. I actually have an idea where maybe we just answer like 5 pressing questions from this week, and it can be a little.
More than 5.
Well, we know that, but I'm just trying to think of so we can have just use a short amount of studio time, and then that we can either try going live, and then that'll also be recorded. I can replay it later. Then I can also take each individual answer too, and have that be its own little video to play out between our shows, you know, so early in the week before, you know, between
that'll work. That'll work. I gotta talk to Andrew about the lighting in there. It was really dark.
Yeah, we can work on all that. So that's the idea. Is where the hell are you going?
I'm showing you my presents.
Oh, yeah.
Our family sent presents.
Oh, good. Yeah, show them off. So Joe G, Hammond Castle is in Gloucester, Massachusetts, where Annette and I are right now, as a matter of fact.
Oh, we're not in the castle now.
No. She's asking where it is.
We should broadcast from there.
It's in the cards, right?
Andrew, well, here's the deal. We should broadcast from there in the winter because there's no way we can get in during the season.
Yeah, it's tough.
I can arrange that. I'm in.
Do it. You do you work your magic.
Yeah. So anyway, gifts. The beautiful. I have to run into the other room to get the box with the. These are from Ethel. They're like tarot bags.
Oh, nice.
And when I first opened it, I'm like, great, because I need something to bring my lunch to work.
Or your tarot cards. You have 19 decks.
Yeah, I could fit a few in here. So I'm traveling.
Nice.
With a really nice note. This is from somebody, Susan Cox, COX, and this is it's a plant, and I don't have to do anything to it.
That's awesome. Yeah, Susan's with us all the time. That's really cool.
Have you seen these before?
No, I have to ask my mom.
It's perfect for me because I just let it sit and watch it.
That is, yeah.
Although my poinsettia is doing pretty good. It's not dead yet.
Yeah, not yet. It's getting there.
Oh yeah. No, it's in good shape actually. let me grab the return address for the bags. I want to keep the credit.
You do that, and I'll say hello to folks. Hi, you're watching the Psychic and the Sidekick. She is the Psychic, Annette Dion. She has her own channel here, Psychic Annette Dion, on YouTube as well. And I'm the Sidekick. My name is Corey, coming at you from Gloucester, Massachusetts. My little channel is called Bridge Cape Ann. And Annette and I do this every Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We take your questions, folks, and she answers them for you. Now, I actually went on live last night for about an hour and a half or so and fielded pages of questions. So we'll bounce between those questions we got last night, some from the live chat tonight. If you're new to the channel, dip your toes in the water in the live chat. It's an awesome community. We've got 3 good wrenches in there. I don't know if Thankful Mom was in there yet tonight, but Annalie Finch and Christian Montone, they know what they're doing. And we love hanging out with everybody in there. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, go ahead, Annette.
Ethel Nicholas sent the bags.
Where is she from?
She's from Maryland.
Nice.
Windsor. And this is this wasn't a present. I just wanted to show you my poinsettia is not dead.
There we go. That needs some spray though.
These are fake. These ones are fake. This is real.
Pretty.
So in these, I was going to show you. No, that was it. I think that was it.
Good.
There are more. There's more stuff, but
yeah,
we have a lot of questions.
And I will tell you this. So Annalie and Old Guy are sending gifts this Friday. I've got to swing by the Magnolia office to.
God.
Yeah.
I was just bragging on all our fans to my niece who makes the lunar calendar. They're still for sale on my website, and she sold a few, like a dozen. I was marveling at how painstakingly, accurate she is with the moon phases. They're really cool. So, and I was saying that they would keep buying stuff from her. She's a very gifted artist, and that our fans are so wonderful. My fans are so wonderful that they will support her. They're incredible. Incredible people out there.
Yeah, and even last night the channel got tipped money from Lorraine Rizzo specifically to buy Bubba potatoes so he can eat them on camera. So you never know. You never know what people want.
Buy a lot of potatoes. Potatoes aren't that expensive, right?
Yeah. We have a couple bags in the fridge at all times just in case.
Did you show Bubba?
Yeah, I showed him about an hour ago. We'll bring him on camera later on. So
I'm trying to figure out how it got to. I'm trying to figure out how it got to be 6:30 so fast. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, the days are flying by. And so, folks, if you're new to, and I should point out, for the first 15, 20 minutes or so, we get caught up in banter like this. There's a lot of banter during the show, but I promise we have dozens of questions to get to. We usually like to start off with Annette talks about the moon phase, and then we do some community cards to start the show off, and then we get to the questions. So where are we in the moon phase, Dion?
Oh, wait. Well, let me show you where we are in the mood phase. Because I had a retro outfit, I got a mood ring.
Oh.
So you said the moon phase, and I was like, I think he's saying the mood phase. Do you remember mood rings?
Oh yeah. What's the blue represent though?
That's what I'm looking up. Blue is relaxed. Wait, I gotta get my broken glasses. It's kind of in between, Did you ever have one of these, or was it not a guy thing?
Here comes a nutty professor. Make him straight.
Oh, no.
That's good. No, you're good.
Right now it's the lovable color, just so you know. Relaxed and lovable. We are on. Sorry about the crazy glasses. If anybody wants to send me some readers, these are a little better. Do you think the hat's too much since it's already the 4th?
No. We were talking about this last night when it's weird to keep saying Happy New Year to people. We figure we're good through the first weekend.
After this week, it'll be like, okay, I heard it enough already.
Yeah, we can go right to Chinese.
It feels like just another week.
Yeah.
The moon we're getting ready for a full moon on Friday.
Okay.
The cold moon. Today the moon's in Gemini. And it's just going void of course, which isn't, great for us. A little like, it's a slightly like a retrograde Mercury, and Mercury is retrograde right now. So if it's void of course going into, what's after Gemini? Cancer. Then we are, it's not going into Cancer. Yeah, so when it's void of course, things can be a little wonky. Can you tell?
Lulu was asking, well, she'll get you readers. Do you know what strength? You might be a 1.0, but I'd start with a 0.5.
More like 2.5.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, I probably need prescriptions.
What are you, Mr. Magoo? What?
I'm
2.5?
I'm a holdout. I'm seriously a holdout. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, those
And
are
these
binoculars, I think.
These are bifocals, but just the readers, But
All right, those are industrial strength. Then look that up.
I don't
Lulu.
like these. These are bifocals. Somebody recommended that, but I do what I can. I'm trying to strengthen my eyes.
There you have it. All right, Annette, why don't you reveal which deck we'll be using this evening, and let's get to our community cards to start the show. And the community card, folks, sort of sets a table for the tenor of our nation and the world at large. As
the
we
tenor of our nation is probably going to need more than one card.
All right, let them fly.
Honestly. Let's start with these, and then we may change these. This is the Hudes deck, Hudes. And let's see. So what did you do over the weekend? You didn't do anything?
We had to do that, and then so we literally just found out, like within the hour, that the permitting process is just about underway for us to start work at our house here. We're having the house demoed pretty much completely very shortly. And then as that's getting done, I'm actually going to build a home studio. So that's my big goal for this year. We've been waiting on this literally for months. And so we think it's actually going to happen. So now we're preparing to physically move from here to our temporary home a couple towns away. So that'll take up most of the weekend. So anyway, it's been prepping for that for the most part. And I did a ton of work with the channel too. I have a bunch of things we can get caught up on. I don't want to mention them
lunch
here.
meeting. I went to our old haunt, but they moved locations. I went there because it's right next to the post office, my new post office location.
Yeah.
And so I went there, and I had to wait a very long time, but I don't know why. But it was the sandwich was good.
Good.
It was worth the wait. I just didn't understand. You know me, I whip the sandwich together and.
Yeah, some places you get hipster service, you ask for a panini, and then 40 minutes later, they're like, did you want a panini? Like, yeah.
Kind of like that, yeah. And I was having one of these moments like, I'll never come back here, but then the sandwich was really good. So.
Annette, now hold on, be nice, it's 2023.
No, I didn't say anything. I was just like thinking.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Your thoughts project, though. People feel that when you think that way.
That's not true.
You have this murderous look in your eye. It's like, oh my God,
No, it's more like the tapping of the foot and the.
Yeah.
Well, there's nobody in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
But they won because the sandwich was good. Sorry, I'm totally goofing off.
Who prevails again? And by the way, Annette, before we go further, please tell me you had dinner tonight.
I was just telling you about the sandwich.
Oh, you had that? That was dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
I had to stuff a sandwich in my face because of important show.
we used to start our shows by stuffing our faces.
I know. I think we may have to go back to that if it feels like things. I mean, I went to a party and there was a bunch of people on the dance floor, and I don't want to push my luck, but so far so good.
Yeah. Were you grinding?
You had COVID.
You don't grind on the dance floor, do you?
There was a DJ. It was like, it wasn't,
Yeah. Wasn't
like
that.
if I was a DJ, I would have played different music.
It would have been a rave. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been better songs.
Yeah, you would have been jamming. Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. My friend, my musician friend John was like, well, we said they should have had a band. They should have had a live band. It would have been much better. But but we were shaking it up.
All right, folks, community cards to start things off.
Okay, the Ace of Swords. All right, what were you saying about strength earlier? Were you saying something about strength?
No, I think you were.
Well, I must have been having a precognitive moment that the strength card was going to come
A
up.
line and a headlock?
This is a time that we are going to have to stay strong right now. There's some scary stuff going on in our government.
That is footage of me petting Bubba a little while ago.
It
That's
kind
me
of
feeding
is,
him
right?
a potato.
Only your hair is much longer and you're the other gender.
Yeah.
The Ace of Swords. Yeah, the Sword of Truth is coming. It's right in our faces. I did a video Monday night. Yeah, it was Monday night, and I went over everything. It wasn't a live one. It was I recorded it Monday night. About what we are about to go through over the next 3 months, which we talked about last show. So the Ace of Swords is the Sword of Truth. This is basically about the U.S. just because we're in the U.S. And I could just say, oh, everyone's going to feel like this, but it's really based on what's going on the political front. Plus, everyone knows I have the Psychic News Network. So it always leans towards how the political scene is affecting us. But if you want me to take a different lean, I could. It's just that everything's connected. The Queen of Cups, we're going to have to sort of like get used to just kind of waiting because things are steeping, like a cup of tea. Like a cup of tea, things are steeping right now. We can't really push anything. We have to wait this out. We have to wait this out. What's going on in this country right now, we kind of have to wait it out. So it's a really good time to set your intentions and focus like we do every Tuesday night in my 20 on Tuesdays group. There's great intensity in everything that's going on. We're moving into this full moon in the sign of Cancer, which is the sign of the United States, which means, everyone stay on your toes and keep your thoughts positive. It's not bad. It's just intense. And I mean, the intense of the potential to be highly stressful and unpleasant.
Yeah. So, Annette, so the strength we talked about from the top of the show was literally the strength of your reader glasses.
Oh yeah, I heard you say strength, and my mind immediately goes to the cards.
There you
go. Did somebody say strength card?
So Dion, ring the bell.
Ring the bell. Here it is.
There you go. So thank you. Michelle Shelton, once again, has tipped the channel.
Again,
she says,
it's a regular thing. Thanks,
you
Michelle.
You are so fun. So thank you, Michelle. We appreciate it every time. It's awesome. Very sweet gesture.
I'm looking at my calendar. I hung my calendar up on the wall that has curse words on it.
Oh, yeah. Give us a couple.
Well, the whole thing, the January says crush that. Starts with an A-S. We can't swear on YouTube, right?
Of course you can. Yeah. We do it all the time.
We do?
Yeah, you can swear on YouTube.
We don't swear on YouTube. We never. We're always so, pure as the driven snow behind you.
I swear every now and then on YouTube.
On this show?
Yep.
Corey.
Yeah, I do. For real. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember you swearing.
It happened. I think I might have actually done it earlier in this show already. I'm trying to think.
I'm shocked. Anyway, crush that shit.
Oh, Annette, no, I tricked you. You're the first one to ever swear on the show. No, I'm kidding.
So that's what I'm looking at for the entire month of January. It says another effing new year. And then on the 19th, it says still effing writing 2022 on everything. The 24th says already effed up my resolutions. It's pretty hilarious, and I don't know who sent it.
Yeah, sounds about right though.
It's really good.
All right, folks, it is now 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to the Psychic and the Sidekick. She is the psychic, Annette Dion. I am your sidekick, Corey from Bridge Cape Ann. Oh, geez, there we
And
go.
then I have stickers.
There's tonight's screen grab, yeah.
Oh, I know. I was reading this to my Grassroots of Democracy group.
Mm.
Then I have stickers. Make today your bitch. Make it effing happen. F off. And then, vacation about damn time. Somebody's effing birthday. It's really good.
I like it.
Since I'm highlighting it, I should tell you the name of the company.
Fun. Sweet. Okay, so are you locked in with your guides on that? We ready to roll?
Yes, I'm gonna get my pendulum going and see if we want to use this deck or maybe a different deck.
Okay.
Is it this deck tonight? No, it's not this deck tonight. Okay, well, let's try another deck. Have you been following the news there, Corey?
In dribs and drabs.
Effing insane.
Yep.
This
So,
one? Not this one either. I'm just looking for the right deck.
oh, you know the deck, Dion.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm looking. Where is that deck? I was having tea with my niece yesterday, and we were counting up how many tarot decks we all had. I only came up with 10, which was, I thought that was pretty good. Okay, these are the cards the Tarot of the Divine want to come up.
All right, let's take a look at those.
And maybe Cosmic Tarot will come later. What's your question?
Okay, so I fielded a ton of questions last night, pages and pages. I have an entire page that pretty much boils down to do we want to guess what the topic is going to be?
Let me see. His first name starts with K.
No, not Corey.
And it's not Corey. And then his last name starts with an M. And he snivels a lot. He does this a lot. And he's pathetic. And he's a weasel and a wimp.
Annalie?
Shall I say more? Is she gonna
Cue the wrench, Annalie.
Is she gonna wrench me? You can't wrench me. I'm the psychic.
No, so obviously we have a million questions on the Speaker of the House situation. Dion, do you want to just speak to that?
I just want you to know I already answered this question, and I might have answered it on our show last week, but I said, how many times did Warren Green ask me if Kevin McCarthy would be speaker? And I said no. Weeks ago.
We've got 300 plus in here already tonight, waiting with bated breath.
What have you been doing out there? You've been out there recruiting people, or?
No, we're picking things up. We're on a roll.
You must have done something.
I'm working on stuff. Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, everybody. I said that he would not be speaker. And this was funny because I don't know much about the role of the Speaker of the House and how that all works. So I'm going to get better informed about all that. Because I didn't know that nobody can be sworn in until they have a speaker. Till the Republicans have a speaker. So that was interesting. I felt like, well, what was the question? What was the specific question that was asked?
Honest to God, I have 10 different questions, but they're all on that topic. So we can start going through the questions.
Well, I already answered, is he going to be speaker, right? The pendulum said no consistently, but let me say just one thing about that. This isn't one of those cases, but in some cases, the pendulum reads the energy of the situation. And for example, there were several times that Trump was getting ready to have a rally like last year. And I asked the pendulum, is this rally really going to happen? And it would say no. And then after a while, I just took that to mean it's measuring the substance, right? It's like kind of when people go, well, it's neither here nor there. Sometimes the pendulum behaves that way, but when it comes to Kevin McCarthy, I'm consistently and so strongly getting a no. That it's a no. When I read on it, I got that, and I also got that it was going to be somebody that was more moderate, and it was going to be somebody almost like that the Democrats could kind of stomach, and somebody that we wouldn't expect. It seemed like unfamiliar to most people, unless they were really, on top of who's who. But these are the cards that the pendulum said to read, the Tower of the Divine. So we'll see what comes up. Oh, and today I did post it. We were doing the show. Yeah. I don't always remember to do that, but I did do that today. And I also posted on my channel. Please go to my channel, anybody. It's at Psychic Annette Dion. Go to my YouTube channel. I reposted my video from January 4th, 2021. So 2 years to the day, and what I said. And I wanted people to see that because there was so much. First of all, I was out of town, like I've told you before. I was out of town. I was freaked out, so I left town because my psychic impressions were so strong, and I was really, really scared. So I left town just to pray and to be quiet. And when I was speaking of Trump rallies, I watched a rally while I was, out of town, just by myself. And
it must have calmed you down.
It helped me to focus because, maybe other people do this too. I don't know. I send energy. It's like I send energy. I send, like prayerful energies. Please correct this, and like that. But I made a video, and it was pretty almost eerily accurate. I predicted the violence. I didn't get into details, but yeah. So that's up there, and my video about what I saw for the whole Speaker of the House. The thing that's so disturbing about it is several things, but one is that one time I was taking a walk and I saw a bumper sticker that said, "Dismantle the government." I think I told you about this. And it was just a Sunday morning. I was taking a walk, and this guy was pulled over as a black vehicle, and it said, "Dismantle the government." And I just kind of under my breath, I just said, "We need our government." I don't want to start anything, but I just had to say, we need our government, because it was just a simple statement. And he said, "Excuse me," and I just said, "We need our government." I just kept walking. And today, I'm seeing that what these radical extremist people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, and not only are they dangerous, they're just really stupid. They're really. I'll try not to get going on this. What they're doing is they're dismantling. They're attempting to dismantle. Their plan is to dismantle our government. And they had the MAGA, what are the magnometers, or the metal detectors. Their first order of business when they got in the majority, but they're not technically sworn in yet. So I don't know how this got by. The metal detectors, so that they can be aware of weapons that may be coming to the House floor. They took them away. So this is part of their plan to dismantle the government. And it's January 4th. Was it this video where I said they're trying to burn down the house? Might have been my video on Friday night, because this is the same thing that I got Friday night,
Yeah, we didn't get that.
burning down the house. They're attempting to burn down the house. It's scary. See the girl, she looks scared. It's very scary what they're doing. Plus, I don't know if anybody saw video footage of, Bolsonaro in Brazil losing the election. And fortunately, the new guy, what's his name?
I don't know. I'll look it up quick. I can't
Starts
remember.
with an L, and it's a short name.
It wasn't the delay. Anyone on that? Bolsonaro successor?
Lula or something like that. He did get sworn in. I'm sure it's up there by now. But I know there's a delay.
Oh, Lula da Silva. Luis.
Oh, is his last name De Silva?
Mm-hmm.
I thought his last name was Lula. Anyway. So the crazies in Brazil had a coup, an attempted coup for Bolsonaro that looked just like what happened on January 6th. So the rest of the world is very much watching, and the rest of the world is very much copycatting the United States. That's what happens.
Well, I actually thought that what happened on January 6th were people here copycatting what they'd seen overseas. Elections that weren't peaceful or transitions of power that weren't peaceful, because that's happened all over. It just hadn't happened here like that.
You know what? I don't give them enough credit to have read up on their world history and world politics. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I don't give them enough credit to be that informed that this is how coups happen. I really just don't think that that's what happened. But I'm making the point, and it's a long way around, that what was happening in Brazil, they had the Brazilian flags, and they wanted Bolsonaro. They were saying the election was rigged. The whole damn thing, same thing. And we really don't get how much other countries look to the United States. The first time I got wind of that was when I was in my 20s, and I went to Europe and noticed that the music explosions like the Beatles, they happen here. Bands were coming to the United States to make it big, right? So a lot of things in the Western world, a lot of countries look to the United States. What's happening right now is that they're looking to the United States to see what's going on. I mean, I know there are tarot readers in Australia that are more up on the American news than most people I know, right? And the people on our channel, they know Lena and Marianne, Lena Rodriguez, who we talked about, because she's going to be on Mary Trump's show, not as a tarot reader, but as she's a social, she studied sociology. She has her doctorate in that. So there's Lena and there's Marianne at Revealing Light. They're Australian. There's another one called Ellie. She's Australian. They know everything that's going on about American politics. So this is my long way of saying what's going on right now in America is being noticed by the entire freaking world because of these, middle schoolers, Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz, that get up there and it's like, are you freaking kidding me? What's your IQ? I'm a little upset about this.
Let her rip. Happy New Year.
Well, I can't say I didn't know this was coming because I did. All right. These glasses are ridiculous. Jack Smith is back in the States. He was overseas till today. The Six of Wands is coming in the Eight of Swords. So what was the specific question? Did you ask a specific question that time?
No, we're still, it began with a general question. Well, no, you run with your thoughts.
All right. You're letting me.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. The six, okay, they're burning down the house. The Six of Wands this represents a January 6th committee. It comes up a lot. The Eight of Swords. These people are these Republicans that are causing all this ruckus. I get the guides are saying they're going to be called out. Something's going to call their bluff. Something's going to call their bluff. So go down the list, and what's the next question about all this debacle?
Well, one is if will Jeffries become speaker?
I read on that a long time ago, and I got yes. If you watched any of this, like yesterday, the contrast between the Democrats and the Republicans could not be starker. It could not be more just brilliantly and like glaringly like, oh my God, there's the light and there's the dark. Speaking of energy. I've always gotten Hakeem Jeffries. Yeah, strongly. Strongly. He's going to be great. Joe Biden's in Kentucky with Mitch McConnell.
Did I see something on that? Where is there some cross aisle cooperation in Ohio and Pennsylvania? Is that? Am I talking on a class? People out there, you might know more than I do. I thought I saw something like that today, where there at least was a little sliver of hope in that region for some sort of cooperative effort.
Well, the infrastructure bill and all that is starting to, those seeds that were planted last year, they're starting to germinate. They're starting to come up. And Joe Biden's in Kentucky with Mitch McConnell. There's a bridge in Kentucky that needs to be repaired and has needed to be repaired for decades now. This country has been stolen from for decades. Enough already, right?
There you have it. We should thank everyone who had questions about that topic. Thankful Mom, Colleen Braun, Joe G, Lorraine R, Carol Poulin, Maria Velez, Lisa, Bonnie Anderson, Anna Macedo. They all had questions about Speaker of the House last night.
Did they all have the same question?
No, but I mean variations. Who will become Speaker of the House? Will it be Jeffries? A lot of just Jeffries. Couple of McCarthy.
Well, let's read
couple
on
on Jim Jordan.
God.
Um,
There are moments when people just say a name and I just go, give me a freaking break.
Don't throw peeps at the messenger.
I don't think I have any emergency peeps here.
I'm down to these two, and I can literally, they're harder than bricks.
Put one on Bubba's head and he can run over.
I might stick these in our foundation when they're pouring the mortar.
Put him behind you in the snow. Remember you like him frozen?
Yeah. So did you want to file through name? Are you just going to get a thought on these names? Like, did you want to speak to?
No, I'm just going to pick some cards on Hakeem Jeffries.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Or you said Jim Jordan and it just set me off.
We had a whole handful of names in there, but yeah. Whatever sets you off. Yeah, I'm letting you run with
yeah, well,
it.
Here's why.
Oh,
I mean, there are moments that I forget that people don't read cards. I mean, I know it's weird.
This is true. I mean, I know. Annette, that's why we're here to listen to you.
You've seen this.
Yeah. Okay. I would say almost daily.
There are moments that I forget that people don't read cards.
Yeah. How do you not know?
How did you miss this?
Yeah.
It's right in front of your eyes. Jim Jordan is so obviously the most heinous human being that I've ever seen in the public light. He's just a horrible, well, Rand Paul's they're on the same level. Matt Gaetz, they're just, how do they go around in life being so horrible and feel okay about it? I have no idea. Anyway, I'm actually Hakeem Jeffries. So when people say names like that, like, are you kidding me? I can't even believe you're asking that question. It's no problem that they ask the question. That's how I feel. Well, I have the celebration card for Hakeem Jeffries. And then I have the devil. The Republicans are going to try to mess it up like they're doing now. And the Seven of Swords. This is Hakeem Jeffries and the Democrats celebrating. Yay, yay, yay. And this is the Republicans, the evil incarnate, and the Seven of Swords continuing to try to steal the thunder from the Democrats who are for the people. Let's pick 2 more cards.
Whoa,
to see what's going to happen with that. The Empress, which stands for the United States, and the Five of Wands, which is like a battle. It's a battle, but we win. That's why I'm saying everyone just has to wait. Definitely call your representatives and tell them that we are against people who were insurrectionists being seated in Congress. Definitely make those calls. Do not make those calls, because our representatives need to hear from us. Could even call the White House, call Joe Biden. This is, it's a mixture. It's a mishmash. The celebration of Hakeem Jeffries as speaker. The Republicans, it's like the devil. No, we hate the light. Now we're going to a little.
Yeah, you're playing with the tarot cards as if they were action figures.
I know, but they're cute. They look like a cartoon, don't they?
They do.
I can't help it. I feel like I'm doing a little cartoon show, an animated show.
Punch and Judy over there.
Not so fast, right? And this is the Seven of Swords, which is about, they're trying to steal. They're trying to steal again, the Republicans. However, the Empress, I love this is a Lady of Guadalupe. That's the United States. And that's the card. The Five of Wands is the card of very hard challenges, but are worth the fight. We've always had to fight for democracy. We got a free ride for a little while. We got a free ride for a couple decades.
Freedom
but
isn't free.
These nefarious forces were always at work. We've had much easier times in the past. I'm sorry, what did you say? Do you remember?
Freedom isn't free.
Yes, it's one of my favorite sayings.
Annette, can you make your head spin around when you do that, when you hold up that card again?
You're not going to take the house. By the way, the Republicans are not going to keep the house. Next question.
All right. Our
Must
next question. Thanks to everybody for those questions. I'm sure we'll follow up with that in the live chat too. But Michelle Shelton did tip the channel tonight, so she skips to the front of the line, and she says, Annette, will Kellyanne Conway be indicted for lying about January 6th?
She lied about everything. Will she be in trouble?
Will she be indicted?
Oh, indicted. Well, that's kind of in trouble. I have to read the January 6th report. I haven't read it yet. Will Kellyanne Conway be indicted? Yes, she will. For lying to the January 6th committee, or?
Yes.
That's a pretty clear yes. I found a pendulum that I had lost.
Was it in the hat?
No, the hat's from the castle.
Oh yeah.
This was and I mentioned I cleaned out a storage space over the weekend, closed it down. The rent went up. It's happening everywhere. Mm-hmm. The rent went up on my PO box. I moved to a different post office. The rent went up on my storage space. So I'm really getting to the place of I don't need much stuff. Just get rid of it all.
Yep. Look up that one on YouTube, folks. George Carlin on stuff.
No, that's so true.
It's a great
so
bit.
True.
Yeah.
That's a funny bit. It's so true. So I was like, why am I paying all this money to store junk? And it wasn't that much, but it made me feel for people that keep a lot of stuff, because it's like, I can't believe how when I closed it down and I'm in the process of consolidating things down to a few boxes. Couldn't believe the energy shift. It was unexpected. Somebody commented to me that Corey should pay attention to you when you're talking.
We've gone over this, folks, but I'll do it again.
I know, but they said it in a little note that they wrote to me.
So we have well over 400 folks in the live chat now. So the live chat's going crazy. So I monitor that. I also have, so here I am looking directly at you, the viewer, right? But this is me looking at Annette. So now I'm not looking at the viewer. I'm not making eye contact with. I'm looking at Annette. Here I'm looking at the live chat, and here I'm looking at the questions.
And these kind of remote things are really hard. I never look like I'm looking at the camera in a video.
Right.
I never look like I'm looking at the people.
Right. And my approach is, it's Annette's time. People are submitting their questions for her to answer. I let her answers breathe. Sometimes she gets on a roll. I let her do it. That's what you're here for. And then I'm just trying to watch the other things and keep things in line. So that's my deal. So sometimes if it seems like I'm not paying attention, I'm not.
Just do it. What all the dads did growing up when your dad was not interested in what you had to say. So your dad would just be reading the paper going,
oh yeah, you can filter. Yeah, dads have that filter going.
Just a nod,
Yeah.
Like pretend you're listening.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Good. You're right, honey. You're
yeah, see?
Yeah.
Just give the illusion.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for the question, Michelle, as always. Now let's go to one of our favorite handles. This is Hungarian Aquarian.
I like that.
Yep. And Hungarian Aquarian asks, Annette, energy bills are off the roof. Any relief in the near future, or will the Biden administration have to tackle this too?
I'm on the fence.
Okay.
I
hope it's not an electric fence. Those prices have skyrocketed.
Oh yeah, you spent your New Year's mending fences.
Yeah, I did.
You know what that means, right? What that term means?
No, tell me.
Making amends with your enemies.
Oh.
You never heard of mending fences?
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like a reading.
You think so?
Yeah, what happens on New Year's Eve?
That was a sign.
I got the sweetest compliment ever, like I just mentioned earlier, right after the stroke of midnight. And I was like, that is a great omen for the year.
I think someone was looking for a kiss. That's what it sounds like to me.
No, it was not. No, I'm not gay. And it was told me that she felt blessed to know me.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Right after midnight. I was like, well, maybe she was drunk. But it was just, appreciating, what I do and everything. Like I was like, wow, that's a great way to start the new year. So you were mending fences and I was getting a wonderful compliment. So I hope it got better for you.
Yeah. It's been fun. Well, now we need something to happen with this house sooner than later. I can tell you one thing that I've learned in the last few months.
You don't have a house. You're in a snow environment.
Isn't it beautiful? Like I was expecting when I first got this, I was expecting to just see you jogging around the corner towards me.
It looks lovely. It really does.
I love it. Very serene.
So you're going to be building a house.
Yeah, I'm tired of waiting for other people to dictate my timeline. So
I'm get ready because you just
so I was throwing haymakers today and shit got done. So there's my swear. I'll put a quarter in the tip jar.
Crush that.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So things are going well now. And wait, are you on this?
I know
question?
you went into something to do with money and.
No. Just energy bills are obviously skyrocketing. Any relief in the future, or will the Biden admin tackle this as well?
Can't answer it.
Okay, fair enough. Hungarian Aquarium, welcome to the show.
Shall I elaborate?
If you like, I'll let you.
Things like that require us to think differently about it, because thoughts are things. Thoughts create trajectories. So if we start to think about There's no energy shortage. There's no problem with energy. We can get energy from the sun. We can get energy from the earth, geothermal. We can get energy from the wind. We can get energy through green technology. There's so many ways to get energy. This whole thing about thinking about energy is, oh my God, we're not going to have any energy, is a lack of imagination and a lack of investing in innovation to get things. And I don't even think we have to invest in innovation. We just have to fight the fossil fuel companies. There is no way on God's earth that we as a human civilization should be dependent on that. So the reason that I don't like to answer those kinds of questions is because feeding into, oh no, what's going to happen? We have to do something about the energy. I'm not saying that's what that person is saying. I'm just making a point. I don't feel right about getting people to jump onto the bandwagon of thinking in that direction. That's why it's hard for me. I feel like it's irresponsible of me to kind of like buy into that by answering that kind of a question. It's not up to the Biden administration. It's up to all of the world. So we don't really want to be looking at these little pieces, Band-Aid solutions. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so say the question again. I'm going to rephrase it.
Energy bills are off the roof. Any relief in the near future, or will the Biden administration tackle this too?
Okay, so energy bills are through the roof. Oh my God, crisis, victim, this is terrible, right? We have to look to the Biden administration as if it's their issue. It's everybody's issue, right? If we all get together and consistently and persistently speak out, then a difference will happen. I know I sound all bitchy, but I hope it's making sense. It's your job to tell me if it's making sense, because I'm blind. I can't see the chat. I don't know how people are responding to my rants. I'm all ranty tonight.
They're fine. No. This is why I huff one of Jessica Frank's candles when you get like this. That's when it takes me. That's when it takes me to the
warning. Rant alert. You should have a little sign. Rant
now,
alert.
Annette, you can ring the bell again.
My rant alert. Is you in here?
No, but Brown Bunny Baker is here and just tipped the channel generously. So thank you, Brown Bunny Baker. One of my favorite handles. And people out there in our live chat.
I guess I don't have to worry about the rant.
She's awesome. She's down in Florida, I believe. Very cool.
I just want people. I just want to know that it's making sense to people. That's all.
Yeah.
It's not up to anybody else to save us. We have to save ourselves. Right? So energy bills are through the roof. And we need to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? These Republicans are just attempting to dismantle our government. We need to do something about it. We are not like, it's not like we're children and we're waiting for our parents to do the work. That's okay. I'm sorry. I risk offending people. I'll shut up.
You're fine.
Ask me a question, a different question.
You're fine. Thank you, Hungarian Aquarian. Okay. The next question comes from Brown Bunny Baker, who asked, Annette, who do you think will run as a GOP candidates when 45 decides on not running for president? So I think you've already said you don't expect Trump to follow through and run. So
no, and that's another one of those questions. Like when you said the name Jim Jordan, I was just like, I had to freak out because it's like it's so preposterous.
FYI, everyone loves your rants, Annette, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm feeling all guilty. I think we don't know yet. I think that it's not from familiar names. Ron DeSantis doesn't have the charisma. I just don't think that we know the names yet. It's really hard for me to like throw a person's name out there when I don't know I'm not a name psychic. You know what I mean? As if you're a psychic, I'm asking. You know what I mean, Corey?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Are you a name psychic? I'm not a name psychic. You know why? Because if somebody's looking for like, I don't know, a partner, and they're like, oh, what's his name? And I say Sam, and it's actually Steve. They'll be looking for Sam their whole life, and I will have screwed up their whole life if they
I see what you're saying.
put a lot of credibility in me. I don't feel like we know. And it's kind of like that when I think about who will be Speaker of the House who will be elected. I feel like it's going to be a name that we don't know. Like, it's not going to be Kevin McCarthy, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be somebody that we really have heard the name much. You typing?
Sorry. Work-related text.
Just go like this. Mm-hmm.
So it was a work-related. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right, honey. Yeah.
No,
right.
you just nod.
I'll take care of it, dear. I'll take care of it.
And the little hum, the hum. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. Good practice. Did you do that to Meredith?
You think? Yeah,
What do they call it?
She's lucky if she gets that.
Yes, honey. It's a good practice. Interesting.
Yeah. But now you have to realize, Annette, that most of the viewers aren't actually viewing, they're listening. So they're just locked into your voice. Yeah, they treat us like a podcast. Crafty Lady was driving home and listening to the show.
I guess a lot of people do that. I like to watch YouTubes. It's funny. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it. I like to watch YouTubes and listen to podcasts because you can't watch a podcast, but I think I'm going to start a podcast in the new year. This is when you go,
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. No, I think you're right.
You don't know what I said.
No clue. No.
You don't, do you?
I got a lot going on here, Dion.
Corey,
So I can tell you, in my line of work, my busiest hours of the day are 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Is before the business day starts and once it ends.
What does that have to do with the price of ham?
Huh? Well, because that's usually when I get hit up from, I'm getting text, I'm getting messaged, I'm getting all that right now. Because that's when people get back to me is the end of their business day. So that's okay. I can. So
you're working while you're doing the show. You're looking at the chat and you're reading questions and you're kind of listening to me halfway, sort of, and you're answering questions about your other business.
The host with the most, baby. That's what's going on.
Genius.
Yeah. You know that monkey that can play 18 instruments at once?
You get a bell, Corey.
The drum, the accordion, the horn. He's doing all that's what I'm doing over here.
How does he do it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's amazing. You're like Superman.
Are we ready to move on?
You have to place the hms in the right spot.
I know. I blew it there. Annette, our next question comes from Joe G, who asks, how will Congress function in 2023? Will they support or hurt the Biden agenda?
Well, that 5 of Wands card that I pulled just a while ago is about, it's going to be challenging. But my reading last night that I did, I saw this time of like kind of a breakthrough. Kind of reminds me like when you're like if you're running a road race or if you're watching a road race and they're racing and they're all in a pack. Like, do you ever watch the Boston Marathon? They're running and they're all in a pack. This is the time that you go, Corey. It's bad. It happens more often than I want to point out.
Annette,
don't
be distracted by me. It's like I'm like the live chat box to you.
Here's the thing: you're the only one I can see.
That's too bad.
And it's hard for me to. I'm going to talk to the wall next. I
should get some readers to wear that just have eyes that just stare directly at the camera, so you looking at you the whole time. Yeah, because if you keep doing it, I'm going to just look over here and answer the question. Anyway, now I forgot the question. I don't know. Oh, how will Congress function in 2023? Will they hurt or support the Biden agenda?
I feel at time that there's going to be a breakdown and that the Democrats will be in charge. So it's going to be stop, go for about 3 months. And that lines up with indictments and subpoenas and Trump being in big ass trouble. And it's just, there's a bumpy period between now. Now, I'm not an astrologer, so I haven't checked the astrology. Maybe Hungarian astrologer can look. It's going to be bumpy and before things calm down. I mean, I keep getting like 3 months. Biden's already gotten a lot done. Now, Biden's no idiot. I mean, I was hearing somebody today going, well, you know, the young people think he's so old and he shouldn't run and this is bad. And like, because somebody was mentioned that on the news. I don't know who it was in the background. And they were saying something about Biden, you know, he shouldn't be running. He just said that Mitch McConnell is a man of his word. So, which we know Mitch McConnell is not. Mitch McConnell talks out of both sides of his mouth all the time and lies and is just not to be trusted. In a certain, this is what Biden does. In a certain context, he was talking about a man of his word, just making, you know, he's making kind of amends with McConnell because they're going with this, you know, the infrastructure bill passed and they're going to build this bridge in Kentucky. So my thinking is when Biden, you know, if Biden was 85 and still president and just, you know, in a wheelchair like FDR, who wasn't that old, but I don't care. His brain is what matters. So I know that he's smart enough that he planted so many seeds this past year. There were things that got passed that it's a goddamn miracle that passed. And now since they're in place, they got voted in, they squeaked by, voted on in a bipartisan manner. Those things are taking effect now. So, you know, barring something horrendous like that totally takes down this country, which we're not thinking about that happening, these things will hit their stride. And so when you were looking down, I gave you all this grief because I was going, you know, it's like when did you ever watch the Boston Marathon? There's a pack and then somebody breaks away from the pack. That's what it looks like. So the answer is yes, things will get done. Are we going to hit snags? Absolutely. We're totally hitting a snag right now. This is jamming up the works. This is really gumming up the works right now. This is bad. What's going on right now is very, very bad for this country. That we look like a democracy that has failed twice. Not to the point that we're just a crumpled heap of ash on the ground, but it's looking really bad. So we're really fortunate we have Joe Biden. And like I said, I don't care if he's 90 and in a wheelchair and, you know, telling people how to, you know, you do this and talk to this one and talk to that one. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me how old he is. I don't want him to be 90 and to be president, but I'm just making the point. We have to look at the substance of the person's, like, what they're all about, what they're capable of. Rant done. Rant complete.
Well, do you think Congress will support climate change legislation?
They already did. The Inflation Reduction Act has climate change legislation in it. Is somebody asking that question?
Yep. There's a follow-up to Joe G's question.
It's in the reduction, the Inflation Reduction Act. That's what I'm saying. It's already been done. The seeds are in the ground. So I don't understand that question.
Okay.
Do you?
No.
They don't. I guess they think it's not.
unless it's further.
Unless the Republicans muck it up somehow.
Well, there's that too.
I don't see that. I don't see them mucking it up. I don't see them able to muck it up. It already passed.
Annette, the other
Yes.
another big story this week was, of course, what happened in the football game on Monday night with Demar Hamlin.
I don't want to get into that.
A lot of people are asking.
It's too. I can't. You know what I mean? It's like none of my business.
Okay.
Right? I'm trying to figure out a way to answer that that's not too sensitive.
Right.
Pray for him.
I think the last we heard was I think he doesn't need 100% help with ingesting oxygen at this point. I think it's like it was 50% or so during the day. So anyway, there were actually positive signs today.
Well, people are praying for him. You know, if he makes it through, it's going to be a very rough ride. Well, but I don't predict death. That's just not what I do. That's right. I can't go there. It's none of my business, and it's not the right thing for me. That's me.
Yeah, it was one of the questions were usually based more around recovery, but I understand either way. What was cool that came out of it? Did you see the toy drive that this guy had? He had a toy drive. He'd been doing this for a couple of years or so, and he was asking for like $2,500 to match for a toy drive, and it's over. The last I saw was over $4 million.
You mean in December?
People around the world saw this incident happen, found out about his toy drive, and flooded it with donations. $2,500 to over $4 million in less than.
Isn't it interesting? Like people's hardship, tragedy turns into that sometimes. Turns into like, wow, if that tragedy didn't happen, that wouldn't have happened like that. You know what I mean?
Well, so one of the questions we got, I think this was from PC. I got to scroll to find it. So basically, PC said, Demar Hamlin started a charity to raise money for toys for kids. His charity now has over $4 million. Was he meant to run this charity instead of play football professionally? So does that make sense? Could you say like
I know, but that's too many assumptions there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're not like destined to like we have to suffer in order. That's I don't really think that way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I do. Where do we want to go now? Do you want to go to the Idaho murders, Annette?
Jeez, can you lighten it up like the beautiful snowflakes fluffy behind you?
Nope, not tonight.
No. Let me just say about the Demar. It doesn't happen so this other thing will happen. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, we have to have this terrible thing happen, this really tough, horrible thing happen in order for this other thing to happen. It's I don't really like to think of it that way. The way that I like to think of it. Okay, here's an example. Speaking of bad news, Putin invaded Ukraine. There's no way none of us can think that's a good thing. Of course we wouldn't ever in a million years think, oh, Putin invaded, unless we were some certain Republicans and so on. But Putin invaded Ukraine, and when that happened, NATO came together and got really strong, right? But I would never say, this is me personally, I would never say, well, yeah, if you didn't invade Ukraine, the NATO wouldn't have come together. So yeah, that was the thing to happen. That's what I'm saying. We can't like look at it that way. We have to say, Putin invaded Ukraine. NATO came together. Those two things happened. Not one had to happen in order for the other two. Uh-huh.
I like that you answered it that way.
I wanted to explain my point of view because it is something that.
I don't see that as a non-answer, you know.
And you were nodding. I saw you nod.
I absorbed that.
We can put up a sign absorbing. You know, like
the wrenches are making an appearance on the live chat. That's all.
Those loading bars, you know.
Yeah, the progress wheel.
Yeah. Loading.
Okay, so Annette, so do we want to touch upon this Idaho case?
I read on that several weeks ago. I said when it happened that he was possessed by a demon. He was in the woods. It's really, really obviously really hard to tune into psychically. It's so there aren't any words to say how it is to even tune into it. I can't look at a picture of this guy because he's possessed by a demon. He was in the woods. He was going to get caught. He did get caught. I gave it, after it happened, I said in a couple of weeks, he'll be caught. It felt like a couple of weeks. They got on his trail. And they did. I read that they found him that he was in the woods. And then I later read that he was arrested at his family's house. But I definitely read that he was in the woods. And that's where I saw him hiding in the woods. I think he was in the Poconos. Is that right? Does that sound right?
I don't know.
Pretty sure. Where did he get arrested? In New York?
I don't know that. I haven't followed the case.
You don't want to. But anyway, what was the question?
So a specific question was the man they arrested the only one involved in the murders?
Yeah. I'm telling you, demonic possession is a real thing. The Exorcist wasn't fiction.
I heard you earlier tonight.
It's the card. The card's so like snake.
Yeah.
Evil will come and get you. Did I tell you I was Sister Mary Annette? Yeah, did you ever see that?
I don't know if I did.
So my friend Susan, who sent this card, who said that she spent a lot of time in Massachusetts, she sent me this plant that I don't have to do anything with it. Is it an amaryllis? I'm not sure. She said, Father Guido Sarducci wishes Sister Mary Annette beautiful holidays. It's taken a little while for my holiday stuff to show up since I got a new P.O. box. Go ahead.
Annette, are you ready for our next question?
I certainly am.
We got another big batch of questions about George Santos. So do you want to speak to him? A specific question was what is his future?
You know, honestly, what's so funny about George Santos is I usually, because I have the Psychic News Network and I'm curious and I look at everything that's going on in the news that I see going on in the news. And I have not had any interest in reading on him. It's like, I mean, I will, but I'm just saying, I think it's interesting that it's like reading something that's not there. He's a highly troubled individual. Do you have a specific question?
One is, what is his future? One is, will he be extradited to Brazil?
I don't know if he's going to live. I'm predicting death. I'm saying I don't know if he's going to make it. I'll just leave it at that. He did get the money from an international, I think Russia, I think Putin. Entertainment purposes only. Yeah. Let me tell you something. He's not the only one. There are hundreds of other people that have gotten millions of dollars, maybe billions, from Putin. Putin's objective is to take down our democracy. For entertainment purposes only. I know I venture into some territory that I have to zip it at a certain point, but this is common knowledge. Yeah, he went from 50 grand a year to 700,000 in his bank account.
I'd like to do that.
Overnight. Well, if you want to, Corey, you can become a criminal too. Mm-hmm. There was a point where, and I've said this before, maybe like 2 years ago, during one of the impeachment hearings, one of the two. It's unbelievable. Anyway, I said that those Republicans, you know, they were just letting Trump off the hook, especially for this violent insurrection he incited and planned and was part of. They should just be they should have signs stuck on their back that say, I work for Putin, because it's so glaringly obvious. It couldn't be, and see, here I am thinking everyone reads cards, right?
No.
So glaringly obvious that they went to Russia on the 4th of July. They went to Moscow to hang out at the Kremlin. Who does that? And then this past year, it was the, CPAC brought in Viktor Orban. Yeah, rah, rah, let's have authoritarianism. Let's take down democracy. And those people are seated in Congress right now. It's so disgusting. Anyway.
Annette, Susan Constance told us that the plant is a waxed amaryllis.
It's an amaryllis. Yeah, I didn't know they waxed them.
Oh, yeah. Just for you.
And I don't have to water it or anything. Thank you, Susan. She comes to my group. I really appreciate it. Speaking of, I didn't do an ad yet. I think it's time for an ad.
Well, it's just about 8 o'clock, so yeah, it's time for our ads.
Oh, okay, I didn't even know. It's perfect. Commercial break. If you'd like to book a reading, please go to psychicandetdion.com. Make sure you type in .com. It will pop right up. This weekend, I start my Saturday series, all based on the law of attraction, how to create the life that you want in 2023. Different topics every week. You can sign up for one class. You can sign up for all 4. You get $25 off if you sign up for all 4 by Friday. Or if you just can fit in 1 or 2, that's all up on my website. And it's going to be fun. You should take the class, Corey, the law of attraction, where you just stand there and you just go, it just comes to you. Amazing. And what else? Grassroots of Democracy still meets. We're going on 1 year. And that's all on my website. And if you want to ever join us on Tuesday, we visualize and meditate for 20 minutes on a healed America, which affects the whole world too. And there's more, but that's enough for our commercial break.
Yeah, and I have nothing really to promote. I have a local event come up in a couple of weeks that doesn't matter here. But I will say, we're just asking each and every one of you to find 100 friends and get them to subscribe to this channel.
Oh, I like that idea.
That'll be my gift for 2023. So I appreciate it, folks. Start working at it.
Subscribe to my channel. I'm at a plateau that I'm just having a hard time with.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, we're fine. It's an ego thing. It's totally an ego thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's what my guides say. Shut up, Annette. It's an ego thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they told me to shut up once in a while. That's my interpretation.
You know what? I did kind of have a cool question about that. And let me scroll for first of all, so yeah, I have a minute here to do this. I had a good question about that.
Did you stay up till midnight on New Year's Eve?
Yes.
Oh, well, good. You did that. Did you have some champagne?
Yes. I'm not a champagne guy, but I had everything else.
Oh, so you had fun anyway.
Yeah, it didn't start until really late, though.
Was it a fence mending party?
No, it was after we got back from that after dark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had fun.
Yeah, we had to let loose for a little bit.
And you slept in?
No, actually, I didn't that day. No, I'm not much of a sleeper,
Me neither. We're like that. We're both fire signs. Like 6 o'clock up and at 'em.
Yeah, I get right after it. Oh, so the question was, do you ever channel or communicate with ETs, angels, or just guides? So how is the energy moving through you in that? How?
Well, those are human words to describe something on the etheric, so that's a little tough.
Okay, that's a cool answer though.
Yeah, I do feel like in a past lifetime, I communicated with ETs in person. So I do feel a connection there. There are certain types of ETs that are benevolent. I had a vision of what they looked like back then. They were kind of like sort of leathery skin and kind of, I don't know, like brown, leathery. They were fine, but they were just ETs. But that was a past lifetime. Anyway, so that's my connection there. Angels have a certain frequency that I can tell, because you could go from like, oh, just kind of mundane feelings to like, whoa, I feel like, wow, really inspired. That's angel. That's what I would define as angel. What was the other one? Spirit guides. Yeah, that gets a little nebulous and hard to describe.
Okay. Claire is asking, are there any psychic tools that you like to use the best? Is that the correct phrasing?
Is that Claire who sends me these beautiful cards that she makes?
I don't know. Claire, is that you?
Is there not a lot of Claires?
Answer the question, Claire.
No, it takes them a while. There's a little bit of a delay.
No, do you remember that? That's from The Breakfast Club.
What?
That's what Judd Nelson's character says to Molly Ringwald's character at one point.
I forget that movie. It was such a long time
I
ago.
think he asked her if she's still a virgin or something, and she won't answer. And he goes, "Answer the question, Claire."
I don't remember that. This is from another Claire.
Oh, this is Claire with an E, Claire.
Is she the one that makes the cards?
I don't know. She hasn't answered yet. And I thought I saw her name earlier in the chat.
I've gotten beautiful cards from Claire. Handmade. I got one for Halloween. I got one for my birthday. It was really, really nice.
That's nice.
Anyway.
Nope.
Yeah.
Claire says nope.
Ask the question again.
Which psychic tool do you like to use the best, or use the most, I imagine?
Oh, I can't play favorites with my psychic tools. They'll get offended.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that you use one more than the other, or? No,
I don't need them. That's the thing. They're really fun. They're really they add sort of, they're like accessories. So I don't really have any like favorites. Like people will know. I have like a little, I finally got something to put my pendulums in. I have all these pendulums and I'll just grab whatever one's on top. So it's not like I have a favorite. I've read cards the longest, but yeah, I can't really say that I have a favorite thing that I use. I could say that if I want to be really create an energy in my space, my favorite thing to do is burn frankincense and myrrh and open the windows and really cleanse things out. And I did that for the holidays. And that's, I enjoy that. It's nice to have crystals. I just don't think I have a favorite thing.
Right.
I like them all.
I like the question though too. Thanks for that.
Like our fans, I like them all.
Yeah. Okay, so folks, we are just after the 8 o'clock hour here, Eastern time, PM, that is. You're watching the Psychic and the Sidekick. She is a psychic, Annette Dion. You can follow her at Psychic Annette Dion, or you can book a reading with her. You just go to psychicannetteDion.com. I'm the sidekick, Corey from Bridge Cape Ann. We do this every Wednesday night for everybody. So we're glad you're with us. It's a big crowd tonight, which is great. And we're answering questions in real time once again. So are you ready to keep rolling, Dion, or
I
what?
think there's a big crowd because everyone, nobody can tell you what's going to happen. Like you can watch the news right now and go, oh, I got the answer from the news. I mean, we are in uncharted territory. Honestly, we truly are.
Yeah.
It looks so pretty here. I wish it would snow here.
Oh, it is. You just have to just close your eyes and think it.
Yeah, it's been warm out. I mean, relatively warm.
Yeah, but we usually don't really get snow until late January normally.
Next month.
Yeah, it's coming. We'll
Next
see.
month.
So folks, it is just a little bit after Yoon o'clock. We call it Yoon because we're all waiting for our friend in Singapore, Yoon.
I have the bell at the ready.
She missed us last night when I was went live to field questions, but she did email me about half an hour later and just said, oops, I forgot the date. So
Isn't it so funny?
I know.
I have people show up in my live like, I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm like, you don't have to go to detention. I mean, you show up when you show up. There's no problem.
Yeah.
We didn't take roll call or anything. I'm glad you can make it, but you don't have to feel bad.
Yeah. I think a lot of them just they don't want to miss anything. Well, they don't want to miss parts of you, but also then parts of the live chat too. They feel like they've missed out.
Well, yeah. Well, what's starting to happen? I was thinking about this today. What's starting to happen, and I really love this because I love creating community. It used to be in person back in the old days. I love to create community, and I feel like what we've done here is we've created a community, and I want people to like exchange phone numbers and like get together and take a vacation to Canada and visit your friend. Is Lisa Sharp?
Yeah, Sharp Lisa.
There's several from Canada.
We have a lot of Canadian followers, which is awesome. Oh, I saw this cool thing in the back channel of YouTube. Like our top 5 cities, the cities where we get followed from. It was like New York, LA, Phoenix, Seattle, Chicago.
Really? Yeah. I never even knew that was available to look at.
Oh yeah, you can go really deep in that stuff if you want to. But it was interesting. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for stopping in, everyone.
Very cool, huh? So, all right. Without further ado, Sharp Lisa says, "Come on over. we can visit her in Canada.
What part of Canada is she in? Where is she?
Wait, Sharp Lisa, are you in
Alberta?
Were you in Ontario or are you in Quebec? I can't remember. You should let us know.
I'm seriously considering. I was really considering.
Don't say it.
What? You don't know what I mean. You're not a psychic.
Move to Canada?
No, I was seriously considering making a trip there to maybe do a talk
for the rest of your life.
No, just a field trip.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there. Well, it depends where you are. It's all.
Do we have any followers from Quebec?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is Tony Stokes in Montreal? Maybe. We do. They'll tell us. Ring the bell, Dion. Because we can talk Canada, but right here in Gloucester, our very own Christine Armstrong has tipped.
She got the bell. She got the bell. This is serious, Christine.
She says, here's to 2023. There will be great challenges, but many things to be grateful for. So we appreciate it, Christine. Love you.
I was kind of looking for her at the castle party, but she didn't show up.
Oh, really?
Thought maybe she'd come.
Oh, yeah. Eileen's in Nova Scotia. Sharp Lisa's in Niagara Falls. That's right.
That's beautiful there.
Good. Yeah. Very cool. Okay. How about this for a question? Jackie Lynn is asking, can Annette channel Barbara Walters?
I'm not doing a channeling show at the moment. It's kind of a different mind state to channel. And I don't channel people right after they passed. But I do feel that when she passed, she was peaceful and she, there was not anything that she hadn't done. Just like Larry. When Larry King passed, I was like, I think it's really a fulfilling and full life when you go through life curious and inquisitive and genuinely interested in life, that's a good life. And if you can have success, if you can make a career out of that and have success doing it, that's a very good life.
So out of curiosity, Annette, why don't you try channeling someone shortly after they've passed or crossed over?
I don't think they're accessible. I feel like they're not accessible because I can tell when there's a spirit guide or, you know, someone who's crossed over, if they're accessible, and she's not. I feel like there's a certain, and there's no time on the spirit plane. So it's, you know, we can kind of conjecture, you know, like there's no time on the spirit plane. So somebody like an Ivana Trump, she was right there a couple weeks after she died. She was just right. I think I don't know if it was on the show. I was picking up that Donald Trump was, had a really rough Christmas and New Year's. Were we talking about that?
I don't know if we.
I pulled some cards on him over the holiday season, and all of a sudden it hit me. It's like, I felt like Ivana was really into Christmas. And this is the first year. I just felt like it was a shock to his system. And I'm like, no way, Donald Trump, he doesn't really care. But I think it hit him really hard. And I felt like after she passed, she was unusually more accessible than most souls are when they cross. So it just depends on, there's always kind of a wait. You got to wait, period. Because when people cross over, they're kind of adjusting. Their soul's kind of like readjusting. Like when Betty White passed, she crossed over and she's like partying. I felt like she was partying with all her friends. And it was the same time of year, right? Because our New Year's Eve show, so she was at a New Year's Eve party with her friends on the other side.
It's really weird. Things get so amped up between Christmas and New Year's for some reason.
And we talked about that on our show, remember? How there's always somebody really significant that, you know, well known that dies, and then the Pope died.
Pele. That's the most famous athlete in the world at one point. He and Muhammad Ali. Crazy.
I wasn't so familiar with him, but Pope Benedict passed. I think it was it still December when he died?
I
Might have been.
I thought December it was just after.
Might have been New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But in Italy, clear.
Very interesting question.
Go ahead.
How about this one from CM? So does Annette see the California reservoirs and waterways filling up this year? There's another precarious situation out there.
They just did, big time. They call it an atmospheric river. That's pretty filled up. Yeah.
Dangerously so, though, Annette?
Yeah. It's happening right now. As we speak, they just had massive flooding. What's really striking me lately is how little we're having any coverage about the weather disasters that are happening as we speak. There was another earthquake, pretty sure a couple days ago.
Northern California?
In the Northwest.
I think it's 5.4, I think.
And there was just one that was around the same level last week. We're not hearing about this stuff. We're too busy and worried about Trump. I'm telling you what, it's a crazy world. Yeah, but California is going to have droughts too. It's going to be extreme. That's global climate change. It's extremes. We had all that bad weather where they were the Christmas storm, you know, people died, everything. Did you see the pictures of Lake Erie and the like water soaked and icicles all over everything?
Unbelievable.
Thick ice, unbelievable. Like the ice age came overnight, and then a few days later it was in the 50s. Extreme. So yeah, California is going to floods, droughts. And that's the way it is.
Yeah, and then fires in between. So
yeah,
Yeah.
Good they got rain, but they need, little rain, little sun, little rain would be way better.
Grabbing a question from the live chat, Annette. This is from Elena August. We love her name. Hi, Elena. Corey, ask Annette, what does Ruth Bader Ginsburg think of current Congress snafu?
Remember we used to call the show Ask Annette?
Yeah, I mentioned that last night.
Yeah. What I think of who?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
What she's thinking about what's going on?
The current Congress snafu, yeah.
Oh, she's not worrying her little spirit head over what's going on. I mean, here's the thing, when people cross over, their souls, they watch over us and they guide us in so many ways. They don't interfere, but they do contribute energetically to things going the right way. The thing is, though, everything that's all significant changes for the better come with a total disruption. And so I think that RBG knew what was on its way. I mean, her most fervent dying wish was that they didn't seat a new Supreme Court justice until after the election. And what did Trump do? In a week, got in Amy Coney Barrett, succumbed to the dark money and the Federalist Society and all that. So bad. Anyway, but she knew what was gonna, I think Ruth was quite cognizant of what was, and Madeleine Albright was quite cognizant of what we were up against, it's kind of like having to hold the dam, they're holding the dam. RBG hung in there for as long as she could. She had cancer, she had all this stuff, and we're just like, don't die, which was ridiculous. But they understood the threats that we were facing. John Lewis, the same thing. He understood the threats that we were facing. And now they're just on the other side, giving us energy and helping us out and helping us. They help us more when we get involved. It's like when you say yes to something that's a good thing, that's when the guides jump in and they help you. If you're just like, well, I don't know, I don't feel like there's not much happens then. But, she saw it coming. I don't get any sense whatsoever that if these people came back, they'd be like, oh my God, the government is falling apart. It's like they saw it. Madeleine Albright especially, she was very, very, very worried about fascism taking over the United States, and it almost did, a year to the day, almost. Got to stay on our toes.
So should we talk about, January 6th is right around the corner.
2 days.
Any vibe on that at all?
Is that your question? Is that a Corey question?
That was a Corey question. I used to do that a lot.
Corey, yeah, I know, but you know better than to ask a question like, what about it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about it? What do you want to know?
Is the excrement going to hit the air conditioning on January 6th?
It's already hit.
Okay.
We're having an attempted coup as we speak. They're attempting to put the government in shambles right now, those extremists, as we speak, by creating chaos and tumult in the House. And not that Kevin McCarthy is anything to desire as Speaker, but just by jamming up the works. Yeah, it's going to continue. And I'm quite concerned that they've taken away the metal detectors. Is anybody on the phone saying,
given a reason about why that happened?
Well, that's a really good question.
Upgrading the system? Is that?
No, they wanted them taken away. And I can read on that. think they're called magnometers.
Or magnetometers or something like that?
Magnetometers or something, some version of that. I mean, there's a couple ways, like it could just be because they were throwing their power around. I'm not picking up that there's a plan for an insurrection. I'm not picking that up. But they're planning a coup. And I have read about this, and I saw that they're planning a coup, but it doesn't seem very intelligently put together. And they're doing it now by jamming up the works. They're gonna make it hell. They're gonna make it, this is gonna be a hard week. Just watching what's going on. It's gonna be a hard week. But I do see justice coming in and kind of saving the day. The Eight of Cups this has to do with walking away from the drama and the sadness and the tragedy. So it's a day of remembrance. I mean, it's this, January 6th is right up there with September 11th in terms of intensity. And if we were a normal country, we would be coming together on January 6th the same way that we do on September 11th. We would be having a memorial. There was a memorial last January 6th, but disgustingly, I think it was just the Democrats that memorialized, that, acknowledged the date as a date of great tragedy. But it's right up there with Pearl Harbor and September 11th and January 6th. So this is about walking away from the tragedy and the mourning and the, how terrible, deeply, deeply sad this is. And feeling like, very, very, very broken. The Knight of Cups, though, is we will have hope with the justice. We're going to see justice happening, too. So that's my kind of general answer to your very general, what about January 6th?
People ask.
Did that help?
Yeah, very nice.
Do you have any comments in the chats they need to know more?
There's all kinds of stuff going on. There's too many things happening.
We should get them talking about food.
Yeah, no kidding. What's for dinner?
What did you all have over the weekend? What was your favorite holiday dish? And then they'll just be talking amongst each other and ignoring us.
Yep.
What are the topics that people like to go on about? Gas prices.
Normally, actually, it's usually where they're from, what the weather's like there, what they ate. And then it's just the news of the day.
Should we go back to having dinner together?
I know how that's going to go. People love that.
Well, I went to the new place.
We haven't had Tim Tam sent to us in about 8 months. Those were good.
Hey, everybody. Wake up. Everyone pay attention. We're having a Tim Tam shortage. They got replaced by Peeps.
This is Mr. Potato.
No, it's not the same as Tim Tam. You went out and bought potatoes for Bubba with the money?
I said last night, anyone who tips the channel, I always reinvest back in the channel. And I said, if you tell me to go and get something for Bubba, I'll go and get it. And then Lorraine said, here's some money. I want potatoes for Bubba. So I went and got potatoes for Bubba.
Bubba just eats raw potatoes?
He loves them.
That seems bad for his stomach.
His stomach, it's iron. That guy can handle anything. Yeah.
Probably.
He loves it. Annette, this question is from Leanne Lowe.
I love when you go, Annette.
That's our transition.
Yes, I'm here.
Annette, this next question comes from viewer Leanne Lower, who asks, Annette, what has happened to Julian Assange?
I get that he's hiding. He's in hiding. I feel like he found a place, like a hideaway, that's a few people know where he is, but not too many. And he's not, and he's off the grid. And he's fine. He's not like, he's not on the run. I kind of feel like he's just keeping himself safe. Let me just pick 3 cards. Like, he's keeping a low profile, and after a while, that's actually going to be to his benefit. I feel like somebody's kind of protecting him.
Well, he's got friends in high places.
Yeah, he does, and because I have the 10 of coins, so that there's money. He has provisions. Yeah, he's got a few people making sure he's okay. Certain governments. And the 3 of Wands. This card looks really different from the 3 of Wands and other cards. Yeah, the 3 of Wands. See this, she's climbing up a ladder. It's like he'll come out when it's safe. But he's in hiding. And I'm getting the number 10, like in 10 years he'll come out.
Oh, wow.
I'd go away in hiding too if I were him. I could see him with his big beard and, you know, like growing all his hair. And I hope he's showering. Because it looks really off the grid and quite remote.
Interesting.
Of his own volition. It's not like somebody put him there.
Right. Annette.
Yes. Yes, Corey.
Damon asks, we
It's going to get to the point that I hear you in my sleep. Annette.
Well, it's time for one. We always have to have a question about the Royals each week, right? It's usually from Damon.
Do we have it every week? Not every week.
I get it. Well, if Damon's in, we usually get a question about the Royals. And Damon asks, will Prince Harry spill the beans on who killed his mom?
Well, there's a lot of assumptions in that.
That's what I thought.
I can't answer that because I don't agree with somebody killed his mom. I think it was something, it was a plan gone wrong. Like a paparazzi plan gone wrong. And why would he think that Harry knows?
That's right.
Are you screening the questions, Corey?
We eventually we get to all the questions, so.
No, I just mean about when you read that question,
Well,
and I'll stop you at where the assumptions are. Go ahead.
Will Prince Harry spill the beans?
All right, right there, right there.
I know this. I know this. But
Then
listen,
there are beans to spill is being assumed.
right. On who killed?
Somebody was a conspiracy. Somebody conspired to kill.
His mom. Will let that part slide. It is his mom, or was. So yeah, I know. But I feel like Damon needs to hear it for himself when he asks a question.
So he's probably reading the National Enquirer.
Yeah, he's in here tonight.
Is that still a thing?
Bad
The
boy.
Star.
Do you really even need the Enquirer, the Star? So many other regular news outlets just pick up the slack.
They still have them at the checkout. At the grocery store. It's like,
Yeah, but there's such a tabloid thread to all the info we get nowadays.
people still read them.
Yeah.
Damon?
Mary Madonna. Again. Yeah.
Damon, you might have a little too much time on your hands. Is he here?
Damon's in there, yeah. Oh, yeah. He hasn't answered. He hasn't responded to that
Did I
yet.
tell you about the time that Damon was in the chat and people were like wrenching him?
Yeah. He throws fastballs when he's in there.
I forget what he was saying. They were like giving him the wrench. No, it's just Damon. Give him a break.
Yeah. Well, there he goes. Damon. Well, Harry knows because his grandma was handed a secret document by President Clinton. And that was in all caps. So I got to imagine he's shouting.
Assumption.
The assumption bell has gone off.
That might have to be a different bell.
Yeah, that'd be like a dooming church bell, I think.
Yeah, I have a
Hell's bells.
bowl, yeah.
Annette, viewer Jessica Frank, the candle lady, as we like
The
to call
candle
her.
lady, sure.
That is beautiful candles. Will there be a psychic and a sidekick mug available for purchase in 2023?
Yes, there will. We're just kind of tossing around design ideas.
I actually was with someone today who may end up designing those mugs. So
You mean designing?
yeah, who can do merch for us? But we'll see.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Somebody local that does that?
Yep.
We were thinking of Bubba on a mug.
And he can do that too. I just have to
I
get a really
actually
good
think
picture.
that would sell the best.
There's no doubt.
Bubba on a mug going, something about my favorite show is The Psychic and the Sidekick or something. We'll think of something funny.
Yeah, Bubba's laying next to me right now. I'll tell you what, why don't it's
We'll
8:30.
ask him.
We're at the bottom of the hour. He's laying
Yeah,
next to me. Why don't we feed him this potato for the folks to see? Then we'll get
So
back
much
to
for
the
the
show.
snow we seen in the background.
All right, I'm just putting my little text station down. Ugh,
It looks very strange what you're doing.
get my pajamas out of the way.
You have your pajamas on?
I have to change my clothes so many times a day because of the dog. He wants to
That's such
wrestle.
a-
He drools
that's such a
everywhere. He rips
pandemic.
stuff.
That's such a pandemic thing.
Oh my God. Well, it's also, what is it? It's 8:30 at night now, and I'm on the computer all day. So
Corey works hard. Chip him.
yeah, thank you. Now, keep in mind, folks, we're about to tear this house apart. So it's very barren right now. Very barren. But as you can see, we got to move this out of the way.
It looks the same to me.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. But there's the dog now.
He's sleeping.
Bubba. There he
Potato,
is.
potato, Bubba.
There's the
Looky
potato.
there. Wow, you got him out of bed.
There's Bubs. See, just a little bit of gray under the chin. He's already over 10, so he's barely getting gray now. But
Are
he
you
likes his
holding him
potatoes.
far away from it? Come on, don't torture him.
All right, so thanks, Lorraine, for the potato. Here you go. There you go, Bubs. Good boy.
That's insane.
He loves it. So he's going to
He's
go
like-
destroy that behind me.
It's like a boa constrictor.
Yeah. Remember, Sharon Bottoms from Wisconsin sent us 2 huge sweet potatoes in the summer.
Oh yeah, I
And
remember.
he loved those things. He worked on those for a while.
I was there on the porch.
Yeah, it was a good one. Sorry, so we'll let him eat that. Thank you, Lorraine, for the potatoes. Let me move this back. I'll get the background back in here.
So when I was at that place that
This one,
remember I said I was at the Magnolia Cafe?
Yeah,
You look like you're in Canada.
I used this last winter. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah. Is it the same owners? Because I didn't see them.
Is it what's that?
Well, remember we used
Yeah,
to. Oh,
they're the Gambati owners.
yeah, but I didn't
Gambadis.
see. They weren't there.
They're back there, yeah.
I don't know if they
I
sold.
mean, they have other cooks there, but it's them.
Well, someday we'll do our show there.
Yeah.
But they close at 8.
Right. We
Yeah.
could do daytime shows in the future, right?
Yeah, maybe start early.
Where do we want to go next, Dion? How about this one? Let's
Oh,
go
you
to.
got a list of questions.
I do. Argentina. This is from Rebecca Almeida. I think she's in Kansas, but she's Argentinian. Will the Argentinian government improve financially anytime soon? I have family there and worry for them. So it's always unsteady in South America.
Trying to
Will it
figure out.
stabilize in Argentina?
Can we be more? Can we have a more specific question about?
I actually asked a lot of times last night for people to be more specific.
Yeah, I mean, is the economy going to improve in Argentina?
Mm-hmm.
The
I
reason I'm
always
asking,
boil it down to government stability more than.
we're going through a time in this world of autocracies threatening really every single country. Is that happening in England too?
I don't know.
Not as much, but South America is really going through it. It's why we have so many asylum seekers. And it just boggles my brain how people, like Fox are just like so evil and mean. It's like, if your whole entire family was about to be murdered, I think you would flee too. Honestly. It's what I'm pulling cards, but it's just what I was thinking. There'll be times that things improve, but I don't have great news about that.
No.
I don't see much improvement in the near future. I don't see it getting worse, but I don't see much improvement. It's a lot of poverty, and Argentina's been kind of left out, and it was nice that they won, though. Didn't they win the World Cup?
You did. The celebration was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was good. That was a nice lift, because I do see times the Eight of Wands, it helped them to be on the map. It helped to kind of put them on the map and highlight them. It's a beautiful country. It's just that the government's so corrupt. And the Hermit is like, the government there, I don't know who the president is, but is going to start to feel really isolated. And I'm not seeing a major revolt, but I do see changes. I do see small changes, like incremental changes that improve situations there for the people. It's just not like a big, it's small changes. It's not a big, giant, sweeping change. I do see people coming together there, and like little villages coming together. I wish I had better news. It's just not, I'm not seeing major change for the better.
It's okay.
Kind of just status quo, maintaining. Not worsening is better than things getting awful. But I think that World Cup win had positive after effects that are beyond what they probably imagined.
Yeah, it's a big morale boost.
Yeah, but I just mean in the world view, it's like they got noticed. So in a real positive way.
Nice.
Yep,
nice.
Yep.
Good.
Yep. Next question.
How about this one, Annette? South Korea and Japan have been preparing for more aggression from North Korea. North Korea proved them right to be concerned. So, all right, South Korea and Japan playing this right as they're prepping for more aggression from North Korea.
Can you shorten that? I feel like I just got buried in that question.
Well, how about this? Are South Korea and Japan justified in preparing for more aggression from North Korea?
They should always be prepared. Yeah. Do you remember Star Wars? You remember like what Reagan did? Remember the arms race? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The nuclear arms race?
Oh yeah.
What is that? What do we call that?
Right. You're always playing offense and defense.
Absolutely. That's just the way of the world, unfortunately. We wish it wasn't like that, but women aren't running the world, so that's the problem. Just saying. It's the boys that fight. Think about it. Tell me one woman leader that incited a war. Can you think of one?
No.
That started a war.
No. They do plenty without the power.
So I feel like I'm not answering that question because it's, I'm missing something.
Well,
They're always preparing for.
yeah,
They're
North
like,
Korea are going
we're
to actually
always
do some.
look at how much we spend on our military. So yeah, they're always preparing for war, right? Read the question again. Are you taking this off out of the chat?
This is from last night's show.
Okay, so you haven't written down.
Yeah, it's copy and pasted. South Korea and Japan have been preparing for more aggression from North Korea.
Yes, they always are.
Well, North Korea proved them right to be concerned. So are Japan and South Korea doing the right thing, basically, is like, is North Korea up to no good, essentially.
Is it me?
How about this? Is North Korea going to actually do something at any point? Are they actually going to? Are they actually going to aim somewhere and hit something?
They are bluffing.
Right. They've been bluffing forever.
Bluffing's the name of the game.
Yeah. 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 Chicken fights.
I mean, what are they so mad at everyone for? It's a few evil people. That's why we have to be so freaking conscious in this country. It's like we're going around as collectively like, oh, la-di-da, it'll never happen here. When Trump wasn't leaving the White House, I was freaking out. Absolutely. I don't know if that affected you that way. When he refused to leave the White House. Do you remember Inauguration Day when Joe Biden got inaugurated? Finally, we were like, no, do it inside in a sheltered area that's armored, and DC looks like a war zone because of January 6th. Do we remember that? If he didn't leave, if he had another coup, these things happen. And then, you have like the Kim Jong-un, which I think he's dead, and that it's a double. And I've thought that for a while now. But, you get somebody that's that hungry for power, and you are done. Your family's done. Your community's done. Nobody has any rights. Look what happened in China with the COVID lockdown. They were welding people's doors shut so they couldn't leave. They were putting big fences around apartment complexes, and the military wouldn't let people leave their homes, not for a day, not for a week, for months. And then they protested, and they were like, people are dying. Remember when Trump on June 1st? I'll never forget it. I was doing a PNN I was on Facebook at the time. I finished up my video, and I turn on the news, and lo and behold, he's walking across the street and like tear gassing the protesters, the Black Lives Matter protesters, and like holding up a Bible upside down, which is a sign of Satan. Sorry, I'm ranting again.
No, that was, I remember that.
Rantler. I could not believe it.
Yeah.
And people going around in America like, oh, well, January, that didn't happen. Excuse me, did you hear what I said?
That's from your new calendar.
It's going to make me cuss more.
Everyone buy yourselves the Annette Dion alarm clock. It just says that to you first thing to start your day. Wake the F up.
That's a great idea. Merch.
Annette, here's a question from Tailwind Farm. Does Annette have any favorite artists? I know the answer to this, but
are you talking about music?
Holy shit. First, ring the bell. Yoon.
Happy New Year, Yoon. You got the New Year before we did. It was New Year's. She got a head start. 13 hours ahead, I think.
I missed her entrance, but everyone's yelling Yoon. So there you go.
How could you miss her? How could you miss her entrance?
Because I was probably paying attention to you.
Oh.
It happens. So good morning, Singapore. So Annette, wait, your favorite artist? Let her rip.
My favorite artist, like what kind of art?
Well, let's go. Well, let's go with music, and let's go with I don't know, wall art. I don't know. Who's your favorite muralist?
Where we're going all vague again.
Who's your favorite artist, for crying out loud?
You mean music? You mean writer? You mean?
Yes, let's go music, and then let's go writers, and then we'll move on.
Well, I told you my favorite artist is Neil Young. It's not just his music, it's his whole attitude, his whole being. But we've talked about this before. I don't know if it's a new viewer. It's hard when people say your favorite. It's like, then you have to rule out all these other people that you think are totally cool too.
Who do you find yourself listening to the most?
I don't really listen to music.
That's interesting.
I know, and I'm not the only musician that I know that doesn't listen to music.
I know a lot of fishermen that don't eat fish.
It's kind of like that. I don't like it's unfortunate because I don't like techno stuff. I don't like music that's not raw and kind of organic, so that just leaves me out of the loop in so many ways. That's why I didn't like having a DJ at the party. I wanted a live band. I mean, there's nothing like a real drummer. You can't compare like tech drums to a real drummer like that. So I don't really listen to music. I have a lot of music in my head.
That I believe.
Yeah.
It just sounds like about pots and pans being banged.
No, it sounds better than that. By the way, check out my concert that I did on December 22nd with my friend Sean.
People have mentioned it. Said it was
Yeah,
great.
good. Yeah, check it out. And you know what's so funny is, and it's annoying, I got a copyright claim. Did I tell you that? There's a copyright claim on our live concert. And
yeah, it's ridiculous.
We were playing our own music.
Yeah. I think if they just hear a familiar beat or pattern, they automatically, it's just a net because it's not a human screen.
I know, but there just needs to be a way to tell them that was Sean Galloway singing Sean Galloway's song. It's not like they're, checking into it. They're just like, copyright claim. And my songs have copyrights on them too, but I mean, it's not like they're, reaping in like Michael Jackson song royalties.
Look at this, Annette. My chair broke.
And now you look like you're almost the same size.
Have you noticed? I have to keep pumping it back up.
I understand.
I have backup chairs.
I've been sitting on this cushion that doesn't go with this chair for about a year and a half now.
So Dion, now that Yoon is in the chat, we do have a couple of questions from Yoon from last week that I didn't get to. One is, will you do a weekly horoscope reading?
I'm not an astrologer. That would be tough. I mean, I could listen to another astrologer. I could listen to an astrologer and recount what the astrologer said. That's all I could do. The astrology knowledge that I have is really based in how many thousands of readings I've done in my life. And, generally like, oh, the moon is in this sign, and that just pretty general. I think astrology is just totally fascinating and really accurate. And I'm going to reach out to Andre at Astrology Alert at some point, because he's a really good, if I find a really good astrologer on YouTube, I tend to tune in. What I like about Andre is he's very clear. With most astrologers on YouTube, even ones that I really like, I'm about like 5 minutes in, and then I'm just like, ooh, I just kind of lose, because there's too many things going on, and then I kind of lose the point. So it has to be dished out in a way that's really easy to process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I could, the only thing I could do is give you a general like I told you, like the full moon's going to be in Cancer. I can tell you the qualities to be looking for on of all days, January 6th. Which, I mean, there's some really interesting things going on, lining up astrologically with what's going on in America, because we are a Cancerian country with Sagittarius rising, actually. And the Cancer energy is about nurturing, give me, you're tired and you're hungry, and however that saying goes on the Statue of Liberty. That's a very Cancerian kind of a thing. And the full moon will give a lot of intensity to that kind of feeling. That could be a good thing. Gemini, like right now the moon is void of course, so it's kind of been a little bit, maybe it's just me, but it's kind of been an off the wall show, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Or are they all you listening, or are you just going
I'm trying, there's a lot going on right now.
It's an off the wall kind of show. Yes, dear. Totally.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. I'm juggling a lot over
Tell
here.
me what's going on.
Well, there's 18 different conversations going on in the live chat.
And you're
so there's some
following
people,
every single one of them?
well, I just try to get a feel to see if there's a question or a follow-up or a cool comment to drop in.
I thought you had pages of questions all written out.
I do. I have that as well.
Well, you don't have to do both.
But as you give answers, right, as you're talking, people, and some people are sort of they're watching an older part of the chat, like things aren't synced up. So we get a lot of.
We're trying to follow all that.
Yeah.
Oh, and Corey has all this Libra in his chart, and so what
I know what that means.
Speaking of the astrology that I know, is you very accommodating. Is everything good? Are you good? Are you good? I'll go. Did you ask a question? Did I miss your question? That's the Libra.
Yeah. Well, I do like actually acknowledging everyone in the chat at some point, but there's 400 or 500 people in there. It's hard to do that.
Libras can't leave somebody at the party without someone to talk to. It's like, oh, well, let me introduce you to so-and-so. Like, that's what it's like. I think you're more of a Libra than an Aries, even though you're an Aries.
All right, Aries, good. Here's my chair again.
You're sinking.
And once it does this, like, you can't repair it.
Corey's going to sink right into the snow.
I'm at Bubba height now.
Really? What's wrong with the chair?
It's, you can adjust the height, but I think that lever is actually broken now. So now it's like your
Corey a chair.
It's like the barber's chair now.
Corey needs a chair.
I do actually. I have like 7 backup chairs. In fact, all the chairs at Andrew's podcast station are my chairs. I gave him all these extra chairs.
Yeah, they weren't very comfortable.
Oh, for crap.
Mine wasn't very comfortable. But
you're not supposed to be comfortable in a chair when you're on camera. You're supposed to be, because it makes you more alert.
That whole thing was very awkward. We'll have to work on it.
Really? We can do it this Friday if you want.
Yeah, I have time Friday.
All right, we'll figure it out. Bond Blue. Oh, that's old. How about this one? All right. So you did ask. Good luck with this one. Corey, can you ask Annette to read about the future of the new Prime Minister of Malaysia, Anwar? I asked because I'm formerly from Malaysia. My brother and sister still live there. Get a feel for that at all?
It seems like things will improve there. I see people's needs being attended to more than they have for a very long time. Can you tell us any more about?
I don't know. Yoon, if you want to follow up on that in the chat.
Because that's kind of on the other side of the world, and I'm not aware of too much going on there, but I do feel improvement. I feel more openness, more like people can communicate with the government responds to their needs more. And I have the world card too, because they want to look better on the world stage. And what they've been through in the past has been ridiculous. So it looks like the leadership is better, but I don't know anything about it at all. Like, I have no information. But things will be better. the economy feels like it's going to get a little bit stronger.
Nice.
Do you know anything about Malaysia?
I don't. No, except we're supposed to, I think we plan on visiting Yoon sometime in the fall. Is that true?
Oh, we're going to do a show from Singapore?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
That's a long trip.
Yeah. We'll
That's
do
brutal.
2 shows. If we go, we'll have to do 2 shows.
At least.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that trip. That's like 13 hours and probably more like 20 hours.
Annette, ring the bell.
What's happening?
We have our first porn bot of the night.
We don't give them the bell.
69mega.com. Find love in your town today.
The bell for the wheels of the wrench, but not.
I'll come up with a new sound effect for the porn bot.
Yeah, you're going to be adding sound effects, right?
I will say it's weird though. I haven't seen Christian Montone's name in quite some time. I'm just throwing that out there.
He's not here tonight?
Oh, he's there, but he leaves and then oddly, a porn bot arrives. It's weird.
Interesting.
In fact, Annette, our next question comes from Christian Montone, who asks, Annette, what's the prognosis for Jeremy Renner after his tragic snowplow accident? Did you see that?
No, I did not.
The dude ran himself over in a snowplow.
I see him in a wheelchair.
Really? Uh-oh. Maybe temporarily.
I don't know who that is. I think it's temporary, but I think it's for quite a long time. Who is that?
He's an actor. He sings too, but he's an actor.
When did that happen?
A day or 2 ago.
Yeah, I see him in a wheelchair for some time, for like, feels like a while. Yeah, he ran himself over with it. What did he do?
Yeah, I think he was trying to, he was, they had these crazy snows out west. And how does the story go, folks? I think he was trying to rescue somebody, right? Somebody was stuck. He went and then he was driving the plow. But it was one of those, not like a snow plow, like on a pickup truck. I think it was one of those badass ones. Like, remember in The Shining?
I never watched The Shining.
Oh, you never did? Like what Scatman Brothers is driving around, like those big ass things. I think it was like something big.
Yeah, too scary. Some movies are just too scary.
Yeah, anything.
I have too big of an imagination. Yeah, my chair's been look at us. We're all spermanized. We're so uncomfortable.
My friggin' chair tonight has failed me.
We have the worst chair.
I just can't believe. And that's the bummer is like it's just beyond repair. So this is.
See, I have a cushion that matches my chair, but it got so misshapen that now I have this thing. So I know it looks like a lovely chair, but it probably has to go.
Yeah.
It might have to go.
Someone can send you a chair, I would think. Oh my
God. This chair is so heavy. But it's kind of trademark, you know what I mean? It's kind of my brand.
Well, the other problem is because Mary and I are about to move, all the other chairs are gone. I have nowhere else to go other than to sit down here on the floor. Let's tilt the screen down.
I have some folding chairs here if you want to.
No, I mean I have crap I could use. I might have to sit in a milk crate next week.
Oh, the fans must be feeling so bad for you.
No, surprisingly, they're ignoring my predicament here.
It's a bitch.
Yeah. Let's see, where will we go next? How about this one? Annette, will the U.S. have a major shutdown over COVID and/or any other virus in 2023?
I don't see that.
Good. Oh,
fortunately.
So guess what else I asked last night in the live chat?
What else you asked?
The lightning rounds came up and people wanted them.
Okay. I just heard a news anchor on MSNBC. They rush people because they have to go to commercial break. Let's do a lightning round. And the guy was really bad at it. Kept trying to elaborate. No elaboration on the lightning round.
No, you can't do that. But here, so Pixie Dust, this is what happened with that snowplow accident. This is from thanks Pixie Dust. He pulled his family member's car out of the snow. He got out to talk to them, and the snowcat snowplow started to roll forward. He tried to get into the cab, and it ran him over, and it was bad.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's gonna be in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
That's awful. That's a bad day. When things like that happen to people, and I hope nothing like that ever happens to anybody here. It's just like you want to hit the rewind. You want to go, can I redo that? Would it
Go
be
ahead.
great if you just rewind? No, I'm just saying, when bad things happen, you just want to hit the rewind. And you can't.
What can you do?
Am I supposed to answer a question? Did I miss something?
No, you're good. No, that was just someone followed up in the chat because I asked for some backstory there. I didn't know. Ready for another?
I'm waiting.
It is now 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, folks, at the top of the hour. You are watching a marathon edition of the Psychic and the Sidekick. She's a psychic, Annette Dion. You can follow her at Psychic Annette Dion on YouTube or psychicannetteDion.com to book a reading with her or sign up for one of her classes. I'm Corey from Bridge Cape Ann. We're both coming at you from Gloucester, Massachusetts, the northeast corner of Massachusetts, our little corner of the world. And we do this every Wednesday night for you at 6:30 Eastern Time, although sooner than later. And then I actually going to be side by side again, eating dinner with all of you like we did all summer long. And we enjoyed that. So we may even sneak in. We may sneak in another little mini studio show before the end of the week. So we'll keep you posted on that. You can always get the Bridge Cape Ann newsletter at hello@bridgecapeann.com. That I take care of that email. I add you. I don't do anything with your email address other than add you to the mail list. But what else would I do with it? So anyway.
But it's all local news.
It's almost all local news, but I do have links to the YouTube channel videos in there too.
Yeah.
In case people want that. But anyway, yeah. But if you're interested in the area, do that. Eventually, I think as the channel grows, we'll probably have a newsletter just specific to what's going on the channel. But we're not there yet.
And speaking of having content, if anybody wants to see what I offer for free, that's all on my website. There's so much that I do for free all week long, every week. So that's all on my psychicannetteDion.com. So go look and see what I'm doing, what I'm all about, what the community's like. I have due to popular demand, somebody was asking about a pendulum class, so I scheduled a pendulum class for February 3rd. That's right. Yeah, February 3rd, Saturday.
Interesting. Good.
We're winding down a little bit. What do you got?
I don't know. I got a whole bunch of questions if you want them. The next one comes from.
You called this a marathon show as if they're not all marathon shows.
Well, just because we have some new names in here, so I'm trying to get them used to the banter and the fact that we do this for 6 hours at a pop.
Not 6.
Yeah, we strap in. So normally, yeah, Annette and I actually have dinner together. Sometimes people even send us dinner, which is crazy too. It might have been Jessica who sent us that pizza that time.
I know. Remember that? And you had COVID or something, and I had to drop it off.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm dropping off this pizza. It's like triple cheese something. I'm like thinking it can't be very good for you. But
Annette, let me give you a question because I need to ask a poll question for folks about the show. So while you answer. So anyway, Glenn Bird asks, will the J6 insurrectionists in the House be indicted by Memorial Day?
Yes. Oh, you needed me to answer a longer answer so you can go do something?
He had follow-ups to this. So will they be made to resign?
Some will, yes.
Is this why McCarthy is trying to appear to cooperate with the Dems?
I'm trying to make that link. Is this why McCarthy's trying to cooperate? I'm confused. McCarthy's trying to cooperate with the Democrats?
Is this why McCarthy is trying to appear to cooperate with the Democrats?
Something's not connecting there. So he doesn't look guilty?
Okay, I asked my question. Dion, I don't know. Glenn, do you want to follow up on that? He's in there.
Why would Kevin McCarthy want to appear like he's cozying up to the Democrats, and how is that connected to people being indicted for the insurrection and having to give up their seats? That's too much of a brain whirl. Can't unpack all that right now, but definitely yes, there will be people that participated in the insurrection that will have to give up their seats. And this is why these idiots are, these fascist extremist people in the Republican Party, we know who they are trying to muck up everything. Because what they're literally trying to do is they're trying to impeach Merrick. These are their plans, to impeach Merrick Garland, to remove all power from the Department of Justice to prosecute. They're basically wanting to set it up so that they can have an out-and-out fascist coup. That's what they're trying to set up. The reason that they're doing that is because they don't want to be in trouble. Because they already are in trouble. So everybody, get down on your knees, say your prayers every single night. Join us for our intention group, our meditation on Tuesdays. It's on my website, how to sign up. Because that's what they're creating this big mess because they know they're in trouble. You should see the conditions under which they said that if Kevin McCarthy meets these conditions, that they'll vote for him. You won't believe it. It's basically, Kevin, if you agree to put us on these committees, and if you agree to just shut down the United States government, then we'll vote for you. And he's so power hungry, crazed, blind, with a blind lust for power. He's like, okay, I'll do that. Okay. He's a big sellout. Don't get me all started again.
This is why you're here.
I do it to myself.
So Glenn says it's the knock the 20 have against him. He looks like he may play ball. Is that to cover his guilt and involvement?
He's not playing ball. If he was playing ball, then he'd be like, okay, I'm done. I'm walking away from this. I can see that I'm not going to get the speakership. He's so hell-bent on the speakership that months ago he said he wanted to get that gavel and pound Nancy Pelosi over the head with it. Lo and behold, what happened to her husband? I'm telling you, it's like, this is stuff that makes you shudder. It really does. And if it's not making you shudder, then I don't know, you're not paying attention or something.
So do you have an idea when indictments could happen by?
I see indictments starting up pretty soon. Pretty soon. This month. Jack Smith just came back from overseas. These people, don't be fooled. They're shaking in their boots. They're bluffing. But they're nervous. The insurrectionists they're not yet seated. They were supposed to be seated. They were supposed to take an oath that they didn't mean. There's no such thing as an oath if you're lying, right? It cancels it out. So they were going to take an oath that's irrelevant yesterday. And it didn't happen because they wouldn't vote for the Speaker of the House. I'll be checking the news after this.
Oh, we know. Oh
yeah, it's all day.
You're fired up tonight, Dion.
It's all day. Well, it's collective energy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think I'm the only one.
Oh no.
Want to take a poll?
We have a very spirited chat tonight. I asked a poll question a little while ago, Do people want short clips of Annette's shows to be posted on our off days? And right now it's 3-1. Yes.
You mean like those shorts you see on YouTube?
Yeah. Not like the vertical video shorts where they're just 1 minute long. I mean, like, hey, your 4-minute answer on this one particular question.
I would like that better. Yeah.
I did that for the studio show. I took 4 or 5 questions and put them up as clips.
You did?
Yeah.
How'd they do?
They did okay. The one on the future of Twitter did the best. I had like 1,000 views or something.
Oh, that's what I saw. I did notice that.
Yeah. I'm just trying different things to see if it helps or hurts the channel. But now people
Hopefully it
mostly they
hurts.
want that to happen. Yeah, because here's the deal. We can do something live for 3 hours and have 5, 6, 7,000 views, sometimes 10, 20,000 views. Then you do that and it gets like 200, 400, 500 views. And then YouTube ends up hurting your audience. They restrict who sees your posts all the time because they expect you just to keep hitting bullseyes in your wheelhouse all the time, and they want each video you do to outperform the last one. Well, I don't care about.
And this is where my eyes glaze over because it's so like whatever.
Right. It's deep. It's deep analytics, and I'm not into that crap. I'm much more about. That's why I'm excited about the community in the live chat and lurking. You know, the people who follow us here. It's about what they want. Now, if I end up having to producing these clips, that's time consuming. It's helpful.
You know what? I ask my guides and they say, Annette, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that.
Annette, Ray Nutting, our friend in Vermont, asks, Annette, how soon will Putin leave the scene? There's too many bodies falling from windows.
Who's our person from Vermont?
Ray Nutting, RAE, right? She's with us all the time.
I remember Ray.
I believe she's from Vermont.
Musician? No?
I don't think so. We do have some musicians in here, but I don't think Ray was one of them. I'm not positive. There's at least one of the leases is a musician, I think.
There was somebody that makes reeds for like instruments.
Oh, really?
In Vermont, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty specialized skill there.
Reeds and duck collars, probably.
Maybe that too.
Yeah.
Read the question again.
How soon will Putin leave the scene? Too many bodies falling from windows.
Today I had a vision of Putin and boxed in a box of like steel. Ooh, that's the second time I got that image. It's just occurred to me. Whenever I tune into Putin, I see the walls closing in, and today it was like metal walls. Do you remember like the old Batman show or like Get Smart when there's these walls that you know what I mean? They get trapped in these metal walls.
That panic room where the walls close in on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, the panic room.
Is that what they're Batman?
There is another term for that when you go into one of those rooms where the walls slowly close in.
Yeah, it was like they were already closed in and he was just trapped in this metal box. And that's the second time I said that. And it sounds coffin-like. But today, you know, that vision was like, there was a padlock. Those oligarchs early on, when he first attacked Ukraine, going on almost a year now ago, I felt the oligarchs conspiring to overthrow him. So I'm thinking that he got wind of it. And I'm even thinking Putin has a way of reading people's minds. Or, you know, at least bugging the walls or something. I don't know. I feel like Putin's so sneaky that he had a way of finding out, even that they were thinking it. And it's like, oh, somebody fell out the window. And I wonder how many there have been to date.
a handful that we know of, right? That were reported
It's
here.
more than a handful.
Did someone just go again last week?
In the course of a year, it's more than a handful.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's something too that they were talking about how to get rid of him. And he didn't like it very much because he's a dictator. I still do think the war is going to end soon.
Wow.
This last night I got the start of February. I can ask the pendulum if it's, do I have the year right? I really don't see how it can continue. I
thought I saw today, Annette, that I might be wrong here, but I thought the former ambassador to Russia said the way things are going now, he doesn't see anyone leaving for this calendar year. He says he sees it perpetuating.
I don't listen to that. I listen to my pendulum.
Well, I'm with you.
So are you saying that he's saying it's going to just keep going
through this calendar year?
When I hear that, I feel, as you know, the annoyed when you said the name Jim Jordan, I'm like, what? Like, what was I saying? I think everyone reads cards and they should know better.
He could be saying that for other reasons too. Right?
When I hear that, I'm like, they're so off base. The first week in February.
Wow.
Before I was getting the end of January, it's right around that time, the end of January. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's right around that time, right around Groundhog Day. I'll pick 3 cards.
All right, we're going to the cards, folks.
Even though we weren't really asking that question, right?
Hey, this is where the road takes us sometimes.
Let's see. We just follow the road where it goes. The star, the 3 of coins, which is about rebuilding. The King of Wands. Yeah, the United States has helped to, they got the Patriot missiles. The King of Wands, Zelensky, and the 5 of coins. Well, wait. Yeah, can't say. I took the glasses off. They were driving me crazy. That's the 5 of coins. Okay, these cards are a little different. Well, it's not, we know how difficult it is, but this doesn't look like a Putin win to me. The star, that's divine intervention. And with the monetary aid, this is good. This is good on a couple of different levels because I'm seeing Ukraine getting the aid that they need. And the Republicans that want Ukraine to not get any more aid, it looks like they're losing power. They're losing power. They're not, it's not a winning argument. They're on Putin's side.
A lot of meat in that bone, Dion. Thanks for that.
Everybody who's watching, just making you aware that these Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert and all these, Gates and like Biggs and all these people, they're working for Putin. They want Ukraine to lose the war, which basically means they want democracy to fail. We shudder to think of what would have happened if Trump was in office last year on February 24th. Shudder to think. We probably wouldn't even be sitting here talking. We must appreciate the miraculous. It's a miracle that Joe Biden got in.
Annette, ring the bell.
What, pray tell, has happened there, Corey?
We just got a nice little gift in the tip jar from Catherine Rodier, or Rodier. She does it every week. Thank you, Catherine.
We're doing upgrades.
And people really want these short clips of the show. So,
oh, good. Right. You're good. It's going to be a good year. I'm going to launch a lot of things this year. Just like rockets.
More work for Corey.
No, it doesn't mean you're gonna have to work more.
Oh, it is. That's exactly what it means.
Oh, if you do
Someone's got to
short.
produce those clips and post them. Yeah.
Yeah, but the guides just said, just keep doing what you're doing, so you don't knock yourself out. Just go with the flow there, Corey. Just do a couple.
Annette, here's a question for you. Will the U.S. ever feel unified again? Do you think will we ever be together?
After we have a disaster.
Oh,
It's happening right now. It's happening now. We're gonna have a scare, and people are gonna be like, that's when people hold on to each other. I'll pick 3 cards. Now, I mean, I do see it. I saw it in my video on Monday. I did talk about that. We are gonna get back on track. The will of the people to have peace and harmony will prevail, especially when they start seeing that Joe Biden actually is working for the American people to make it easier. And I want to direct everybody that's listening to Michael Moore. Michael Moore sends out a newsletter every day, and he's on Substack, which is kind of like podcasts and articles. So he's been talking a lot about starting up community groups where, you're working as Democrats, but what you're doing is you're offering people help. When they need help, they get a flat tire, call a Democrat. If they need a turkey for Thanksgiving, call a Democrat. To just get to people on a personal level. It's not a political thing. It's just that the Republicans are anti-helping anybody. The current day Republicans. And we've seen that demonstrated, wanting to take away Social Security, wanting to take away Medicare, wanting to make it, not make it easier on with student loan debt. I mean, the list goes on and on. And if not wanting to save democracy, not wanting to help people out that have suffered from global disasters, climate change disasters, there's all that, going on. So Michael Moore talks about build communities of people that help one another. And then the red states will start to turn blue. And it's really to have a billboard. Need help? Ask a Democrat. Simple as that. Let's see what I see. And when I talk about disasters, it'll be calamities. I mostly get on the global climate change front. Because Corey, we can intend that this never happens, but it's a matter of time before we get hit. Just go like, mm-hmm.
Can you hear Bubba behind me? He's dreaming out loud. Can you hear that?
He's dreaming of dog bones. Oh, well, we might want to end on this positive note. Because it is going on 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept the hat on the whole time. Justice. Yes, this country will be more unified. Illumination. I mean, Donald Trump paid no taxes. I don't care who you are. That's a problem. Especially if you're somebody who works really hard and the government takes almost half your paycheck. People have a problem with that, especially people that are, blue collar workers and people have a problem with that. Justice, due to what's been shown a light on the lover card, people coming together. I get that a lot about the United States. And the Two of Coins. These are harmonious cards. I would say yes. And that's kind of how my reading ended up last night on my channel. Monday night. Go to my channel, watch my video from Monday night. Because I actually was taken aback, like, whoa, really? It's gonna all work out. It was pretty good for democracy.
Look at
I
that.
know we're going through chaos right now, but
I know.
okay, we're going on 9:30. This is way too long.
We are. Just to follow up on the live chat, people could hear Bubba dreaming out loud, and he was twitching. He likes to run in place when he does it, but he's fine. He does it like literally 80 times a day.
Chasing rabbits in his sleep.
It's weird.
A lot of rabbits around. I noticed today there's a lot of rabbits hopping around.
Yeah, it is the season for them. Yeah. Gailey's asking, Corey, you okay? You don't look happy. You look uncomfortable. No, my chair broke. So I'm holding it in place.
We'll let Corey go. It's been 3 hours.
It's unreal. That broke. Well, I like standing usually for most of the show, but I have to get down to a sitting position to show Bubba.
3 hours of standing. That's a lot.
It's well, yeah. But I don't know. I can't sit for 3 straight hours. That's for sure. So, okay. So let's, we'll wrap things up. So I will say, so Annette and I may do another show Friday. I got to button that up. So we might surprise you late Friday morning, or if we aren't live, then that'll be a recorded show, and I'll have some, let's see, what would I do? I would maybe play it Friday evening, but I would take some of those shorts from that show. It'd be easier for me to do and play those before we're back with you next Wednesday night. So I may ask on the community tab for what you think are the most pressing questions of the week or of the hour, and we can play those out Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, something like that. Okay, so there's that part. I'm supposed to have shows with Linda Sabo sooner than later, and Beth Costanzo, a children's author, sooner than later. So I'll keep you posted on that. Annette, you can follow Annette at Psychic Annette Dion here on YouTube, but also psychicannetteDion.com, and you can book a personal reading. Also, she has a class coming up on February 3rd, right?
The pendulum class, and I have my January series every Saturday, all based on the law of attraction. Take my classes, it'll change your life. I'm not just saying that. I channel some good stuff. And please check out Church of Spirituality on my channel too. It's amazing.
Yeah. And before tonight's show, we actually had a little 12-minute clip of an interview I did with Linda Sabo. She's starting online workshops later this month too, about if you're an overthinker or a thinker and you want to help yourself that way. She's doing small group classes. So just go to brushwithlifehypnosis.com if you want to learn more about that. I think that's it for now. I think the next week or two are going to be really big here. I think Meredith and I are actually going to move to the new place. I'll let you know when she's going to do another show on pet care. Things have been just so in flux for probably the better part of 6 weeks now, like kind of crazy. So we'll figure that out. I'll keep you posted there. And then look for Annette and I on Friday. And then I'll be back to get questions for Annette next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time live. Fingers crossed. And then we'll be back with you this time next week, as always, maybe side by side, maybe having dinner. You never know. Right, Annette?
Keep them guessing.
That is up to you. Okay, so Annette, thanks for your time and your gift as usual.
Are you on your community cards for the week?
Yeah. We have to thank Thankful Mom, Christian Montone, Annalie Finch, our wrenches tonight for keeping everyone in check. And thanks everyone, the lurkers and the live chatters for being a part of it. Now we'd like to end all of our shows with a community card or cards until we meet again. So let her rip, Dion.
Yes. Okay. So we're gonna the moon card means we're gonna have a very emotional week. We're not gonna like what we see as we watch people make fools out of the United States of America. But the Knight of Coins is, the Democrats are really gonna rally and save the day. That's what I have for the community in America. The getting together on Friday would be a good time. It's full moon. Good time to get together. And January 6th too, which is going to be a tough day. So we like to be here to keep people, feeling like we're all in this together and for moral support and upliftment. So yeah, let's do that Friday.
Okay, so keep your eyes open, folks. I'm thinking late Monday morning, maybe something like 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then I'll go live again, but we'll also record that show to play it later on, so more people can check it out. So, okay.
I might bring my own light. I might bring these lights because it was really dark there.
We can adjust the lights. There's a ton of lights in there. We just had them lower, but we can play with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
All right. Yes,
Okay,
we put the light on the subjects.
Yeah.
I hope.
We got 9 million people thanking us on the chat tonight. It was a great
9
audience.
million,
So
that's the most ever.
it's a big one. It was a big one tonight. So, okay, Annette, I will talk to you soon. Happy New Year. Keep the hat. We might need that next time around. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.
Okay, there goes Annette. I linger for a little bit because when I end the chat, the YouTube stops the recording. It actually kicks back like 15 seconds, so you miss the goodbyes. So this way, when I edit the video after, we'll get the goodbye in from everybody. So, okay, once again, thanks to the Wrenches, Thankful Mom, Annalie Finch, Christian Montone, and thanks to all of you for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you next time. I'm going to head back into the village here, my broken chair. Adios for now.